Good evening, friends all over Humboldt County and indeed all over the world. Crabs Baseball is on the air. Aaron Donaldson with Brandon Dixon joining you here from the Blue Lake Casino radio booth in downtown Arcata on the corner of 9th and F Street as your Arcata Crabs welcome into town the Bercovich Honors for a two-game series. Tuesday and Wednesday, just a spectacular day, 71 degrees, sunny. Brandon, not a Pacific Empire League game. Bercovich Honors kind of an unknown quantity. Like, what are you looking for as a Crabs fan this afternoon?
I'm looking for us to come out and get a big win here to show us that we feel like we're still in it.
Yep.
There are two meaningful ball games left in front of us, and I would, you want to look at tonight as a much-needed reprieve from the gauntlet that we've played the past couple weeks. But putting up a big crooked number in one of these innings and winning in convincing fashion would be big.
Lineups brought to us by North Coast Audiology, North Coast Co-op, U.S. Bank in Arcata, and Compass Community Credit Union. Batting first for the Bercovich Honors will be Cole Jones playing center field. Tanner Lee, the catcher, bats second. Jack Rug, the right fielder, bats third. Logan Kellogg, first baseman, is going to bat cleanup. Braden Spades, shortstop, bats fifth. Anthony Deckard out in left field will bat sixth. Mateo Bullis, designated hitter, bats seventh. There are two Mates on the team, Anthony and Diego, playing third base, second base, batting eighth and ninth, respectively. Out there on the mound, throwing the ball at our Crabbies will be Cruz Van Slyke. We will get you the Crabs lineup as they come up to bat in the bottom of the inning. But in the meantime, it looks like we are ready to go. I will tell you that is Nathan Bunyard out there on the mound for your Humboldt Crabs. He's pitched 16.2 innings. He's got 10 hits, 5 runs, 2 of those are earned, 11 walks, and 17 strikeouts. And we are ready to go. First pitch is taken for a ball, 7:07. First pitch here at the Arcata Ballpark.
So not only were we confused if they were twins, but they're batting them back to back in the lineup. That'll be interesting.
It's second and third base. Good stuff. So, yes, this is Cole Jones up there. He swings at that pitch, and it is 1-1.
Yeah, Bunyard hasn't gotten a lot of innings this year, but I'm glad that they're getting him some tonight because we could use all the arms we could get down the stretch.
The 1-1 is taken for a ball, 2-1. Crabs seeing some pitchers leave a little earlier, perhaps because of some of those losses on the roads and maybe less meaningful games in front of him, you were saying before we got started here.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1. That is popped straight up and out of play.
It's kind of a sliding doors thing. I mean, that's to be expected.
For sure.
But it's also great for guys like Bunyard now because, and like we saw with Jackson Kelly last week, to be elevated and put in these situations to succeed could be big for the Crabs down the stretch.
Next man up. 2-2 taken. Strike three. Ring him up. First batter struck out for Bunyard. That's great news.
A great spot there. And like we talked about it kind of ad nauseum last time I was in the booth, just throwing strikes. And if he came out early, he's going right after him, gets a quick out there. And keep your defense engaged, and let's get to the sticks here.
Tanner Lee steps in now, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike. Yeah, I don't know if you listened to the broadcast after the second game there. Liam and I were talking about that first strike advice and how it, just increases your odds of getting out, but also turns into ground balls and fly balls, and those are outs if your defense does their job. 0-1, big swing, strike two.
Want everybody in summer balls on a pitch count, not an innings limit.
Yep.
So it behoove you to use those wisely and extend your outing.
Good use of behooving. So 0-2 now. Here's the pitch. That is sent out towards left field. Dropping back is Wilson. It is over his head and rolling all the way out there towards the 394 sign. That's going to send Lee standing up around second base. Now he's pushing on third. The throw is no call. In time. They got him. He's out.
I would like the umpires to make a call.
It would be really great. It would make my job a lot easier. So that is a double called out at third, 2 outs. Just kind of a little aggressive going for third there. Like, it's a deep gap out there, but it's still left field and thrown to third. If it were right field, it would have been a different story.
Exactly.
Right?
When I didn't have a chance to see what his third base coach was going
I didn't look.
with there, I'm trying to read his frustration. I don't know if he ran through a stop sign there, but in any event, bullet dodged.
Jack Rugg steps up now with 2 out, and here is Bunyard's pitch. That is taken for a ball.
You know who feels great right now is Bunyard.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, he's loving that. That went from oh no to absolutely.
His blood pressure is back in balance after that. That was perfect.
Yeah, here's the 1-0. It does go down as a hit, but the bases are empty, and there are 2 outs, so you can't ask for more than that.
We've talked about it. It's again, you're letting your guys play defense.
That's
you
it.
guys got defense behind you.
Yeah, 9 against 1, you say. I take that.
Exactly.
2-0 taken.
You can't defend a walk.
No.
But you can definitely throw somebody out at third.
Man, that'd be rad if you could defend a walk. If there was a way you could, like, trip him or something. I don't know.
I've been looking into it. I don't.
There has to be a little sneaky
Ever since I played, yeah.
3-0 taken, strike 1.
It's only been 40 years, but I haven't found anything yet.
There are some big puffy clouds that are doing this kind of rimpley thing going out towards center field.
It's a beautiful sky. We'll see how it plays.
Sky, and the sun has just come out. The whole field just bathed in sunshine. Here's the 3-1. That is a walk. So that will send Rugg to first on a 2-out walk, and that brings up Braden Spade, the shortstop. Don't have any statistics for these Bercovich honors. So far as I can tell, they don't even have a homepage. The most recent information I could find for them was their 2025 lineup on 5 Point Sports.
You know, Aaron, I think that's got to be strategic at this point. It's got to be kind of a sneak attack that they're trying to use.
I can hear Benjamin from Mexico City being like, that's suspicious.
No, they did that on purpose, that's for sure. I'm on to them.
2 out, 1 on. First pitch taken, ball 1 to, this is Kellogg now.
There's no other explanation. This is, they know what they're doing.
Like Bobby Banks, Stone Savage, those are big name, like all-time names.
Those are great names.
Logan Kellogg, like that's a baseball name. Here's the 1-0.
It's a cereal name too.
It does. It has that kind of Kellogg's brand placement.
It's not
feel.
Milton Bradley. But
that would be
shout out to
awesome.
Milton Bradley, who used to fight fans in the stands.
That's amazing.
But I was always hoping there would be a Fisher Price that came up through the MLB.
And who was also just a big fighter.
Yeah. Just
2 outs, 1 on, 1-1. Taken inside, ball 2.
Yeah, Milton set the bar high there. So Fisher Price would have to come up with his dukes up.
Like a Tom Lego. I don't know. I'm trying.
Yeah. Mike Nintendo.
There you go. My favorite baseball player. 2-1. Swung on and fouled over towards the bus stop. 2-2 now on Kellogg.
I will say I like the way that that Bunyard's using his full repertoire right now, but he's not showing everything at once. It looks like he's pitching backwards a little bit with that breaking ball early, but he's been consistent with it, and he keeps going back to it. So hopefully he has something else in his pocket. So far, so good.
Kellogg, left-handed batter from Shabbat College, takes that one way up, and the count goes full. So full count, 2 out. Runner on first should be on the move. Bunyard out there trying to get out of an exciting, but so far harmless, first inning.
Quite the bat this hitter has. I don't know what's going on there, but
like
on Harry Potter
stripes.
night it plays.
Yeah, right, it does. It's like there you go, that makes sense. Runner goes, here's the throw. It is taken for the second consecutive walk.
You know, I'm not sure where that one missed, but
We're not running track.
We don't have TrackMan tonight, okay. Well, how are we going to yell at the umpire, Liam?
Oh, we'll come up with something.
We're just going to have to know. Okay, use our own judgment. What if we don't have any? Okay, Braden Spade now.
I have plenty of judgment. Don't worry.
It's just awful.
I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So here's Spade. He takes the first pitch, strike 1.
There he is again, first pitch breaking ball.
Yeah.
Flipping it over the dish.
Yeah. Another thing I hear you saying from a few nights ago, 1 pitch away with 2 out. Here's the 0-1 taken for ball.
That one was low. See, I want to be equal opportunity out here. I don't want to just be on the umpires all night. That one was legitimately not a strike. So we're calling it like we see it.
1-1. That's taken. 1-2.
Good spot there.
We'll talk more about the Pacific Empire League standings as we go. Obviously, Crab is currently 4th place, trying to fight their way to 2nd, and it is possible. Crab's faithful. I know it doesn't look that way. Here's the 1-2. That's taken outside for ball. 2-2 now.
We're going to need a little help And then if we handle our business, it's going to come down to some kind of weird tiebreaker, which we haven't figured out yet, but we will.
Yeah.
We will get that to you as soon as we know.
Uh-oh. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. That one is sent out towards right field. That's Humphreys out there making a casual catch, and that will do it for the Bercovich Honors here in the top of the first. The Humboldt Crabs bend but do not break. It is no runs, 1 hit, 0 errors for the Honors. Crabs coming up to bat next here on Exciting Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to 888 F Street in Arcata. It is Crabs Honors here, bottom of the first. Batting orders brought to us by North Coast Audiology, North Coast Co-op, U.S. Bank, and Arcata Compass Community Credit Union. Leading off for the Crabs will be second baseman Alex Harrington. Anane Wilson, left fielder, bats second. Jason Areola, the catcher, bats third. And designated hitter Adam Enyard will be cleanup. Kyron Humphreys out there in right field will bat fifth. Mike Pickett, shortstop, bats sixth. Everett Johnson, first base, bats seventh. Daniel Osborne, center fielder, will bat eighth, and rounding out the order is third baseman, number 9, Joe Fagan. We just saw Nathan Bunyard out there on the mound. Had a pretty busy inning, but the Bercovich Honors still have a goose egg, so we will call it a success.
Batting down the hatches when he needed to. Got a little help from their base runner and our great relay to third base, but we'll take it.
Help. So here's Harrington leading off for the Crabs. First pitch his way is swung on and towered on the infield. Shortstop out there waiting under it. He grabs that, and it is 1 pitch, 1 out for the Crabs.
It's just weird to see Harrington not bunt.
For sure.
He's been a bunting machine, but I think that's really opened up the rest of his offense as well. I was looking the last couple of games. It's 2 for 3, 3 for 5. 4 for, I mean, he's been swinging the bat really well. As much as we talk about his bunting, he's been swinging it well.
Brings up Anane Wilson. First pitch his way is taken for ball 1.
Speaking of Anane, talked to him before tonight's game. He just committed to Cal State Monterey Bay. So congratulations to him, and it's always good to figure out where you're going.
1-0, swung on, fouled, straight back, 1-1.
Now you can just settle down and focus on having fun the rest of the summer. That's a really stressful time for some of these guys.
No doubt.
Trying to figure out where you're going, what you're going to do, especially when you start running out of time at the end of the summer. So to get that commitment and get signed is a great feeling.
1-1, swung on, popped straight up on the infield again. Shortstop again underneath that. Squeezes that one 2 away now.
He also wanted to say hi to his mom. So hi, Mrs. Wilson.
Well, it's been a real treat having him here as a member of these Crabs, that's for sure. He's
great kid.
Yeah. Well spoken of in the clubhouse, if I'm not mistaken. Jason Areola, the catcher. 2 out, nobody on. Crabs looking to make this pitcher work, hopefully a little here. Typically a pretty potent offense, although can be kind of sporadic. There's been a few droughts here.
Areola's been swinging it well from both sides of the plate, 3 for 5 the other night. Let's see if he can stay hot here.
Batting lefty now. First pitch swung on, fouled straight back. 0-1.
He was telling me before the game he's feels like he's predominantly a right-handed hitter, but he's been surprised at the amount of success he's had from the left side. So now he feels like a true switch hitter. He's had flashes from both sides of the plate this summer.
Nobody on, 2 out. Here's the 0-1. That swung on and popped into the short outfield. The right fielder's coming in now. Should have no trouble grabbing that. Crabs go quietly 1, 2, 3, but we are underway and it's a beautiful night here in the Arcata Ballpark. Stay tuned. More exciting Crabs baseball coming up on the other side. Exciting Crabs baseball brought to you by Blue Lake Casino all season long on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Crabs honors top of the second. Score is 0-0. It is still Bunyard out there for the Crabs, and he will face the bottom of the order. Decker, Bullis, and a pair of Mares, Anthony and Diego. Honors in town tomorrow. 7 o'clock game tomorrow as well. And then the Crabs have a day off. And then the Medford Rogues come into town. Three really consequential games for the Pacific Empire League.
And then we'll just figure it out from there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Rogues currently
we got to win. We got to win.
Ranked ahead of these Crabs. And if the Crabs can hand them 3 losses, that would change that equation. And it would give the Crabs a chance to tie the Lincoln Potters should the Prune Packers beat the Potters. The problem there is that as of right now, over at Recreation Park, the Prune Packers trail the Potters by a score of 3-5 in the top of the 4th. So Crabs fans strangely cheering for Healdsburg right now. Need them to take care of the Potters to give us something to play for this weekend.
Yeah, to put in an optimism sandwich there, we do own the tiebreaker with the Potters.
We do. So first pitch swung on. Ooh, boy, good thing that net is there. That's exactly why they tell you to leave a couple of feet between your body and the net there. It's going to give when the ball comes at it like that. So 0-1 now.
Surprised he didn't drop his nachos. That was
Decker.
It came right at him.
He had his priorities taken care of right there. I think you gripped him even tighter in that circumstance. Here's the 0-1. That's taken outside for a ball. Yeah, the Crabs took one from the Potters on the road, and that would be the tiebreaker should they tie with the Potters. But for that to happen, Prune Packers have to take care of business, and typically they do, but right now they trail. 1-1's taken outside, ball 2 on Decker.
As I mentioned, we don't exactly control our own destiny. We're going to need a little help.
Yeah.
But we do need to take care of business when we can.
Yep.
So
you and Liam were saying it feels like 2 years ago. Here's the 2-1. We kind of backed in 2 years ago, too, and went on a bit of a tear. So.
Well, I would just remember I was trying to write my article that morning, and people were calling me. They're like, "Are we in? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Let me call someone." Nobody knows.
3-1 taken. Count goes full.
I think it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon when we got a final answer, and it was like, "We're in." All right,
Yeah, that was fun. Here's the 3-2. That one's taken for a leadoff walk. So Bunyard has walked 3 of the last 4 hitters he's faced. So far, it has not figured. Fingers crossed that remains the case.
Not what you want, though.
No, not ideal.
Not ideal.
Bercovich honors in these kind of bright yellow tops with maroon lettering, kind of like the academic or beer logo lettering across the front, I guess.
It does kind of look like the Brewers a little bit.
1-0. Crabs wearing the red shoulders with the blue fronts. I think it says Humboldt across the chest. Dark blue hat with the big red H on there. Runner goes on the 1-0, and that one's just kind of golfed foul. So
Yeah,
he'll have
Aaron,
to
I
reset.
like our jerseys better, but I did this the other night with
That was
the Packers
one of my
as well.
favorite moments in the broadcast was
I
when you
just-
walked that one back, Brendan. That was amazing.
I just think we just look better than everybody.
It's true. It's
I
true.
don't mean to be like
No,
that, but
no.
it's just the way I am.
These
So,
kind of feel like Captain America unis to me. I
yeah.
don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
we look way better than them.
Yeah, agree. Here's the 1-1. That's taken for a ball.
I think I said at one point the Prune Packers look stupid, and then I
And
had
then there
to
was
retract.
this long pause.
Yeah, I
And
was
then,
like, that was rude.
you did the big thing. You did the big thing. That was awesome.
I was like, that was rude.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean, I felt that way. But
2-1, swung on, strike one, throw to second as the runner goes.
I think we got him.
And I think they got him, and they did. He's out. So clear that runner off the base paths. Decker caught stealing. One out.
Barnyard continues to get himself in and out
Yep,
of jams.
yep.
And
Listen, goose eggs on the board is all we need in the visitor row. 2 and 2, 1 out.
there's just a lot of ways to get it done, you know.
Here's the pitch.
Good spot. Yep. Bye-bye.
That's it. Toasters didn't see they struck him out. Boy, these umps really take their time. I was about to mark that a ball. So that's the second strikeout now
I think he had something in his eye.
for
I don't know.
Bunyard. I'm sure. I'm sure. A lot to ponder. All sorts of really wonderful hats, wizard hats and witch hats. It's apparently Harry Potter night here at the Arcata Ballpark. Very fun. Although, as you said, sometimes it can be hard to tell. These are just humble hats.
You know, we have a lot of wizards around Arcata just
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
But tonight they're out in full force.
First pitch to Anthony Mares is in the dirt, 1-0. Anthony and Diego Mares batting 8th and 9th, playing third and second base. That one slapped towards the gap, and it should get down, and it does. It drops right between the left fielder and the shortstop. Anthony Mares on with a 2-out single.
Oh, and they're going to use the same bat, too. And see, now I think there's some weird telepathy going on.
They're clones.
They have some weird connection. It's like voodoo. I don't trust it. I don't like it.
Doing a great job filling Benjamin's shoes of just being imminently suspicious of literally
I'm on to
anything
them. I'm
the
telling
other
you.
team does.
I don't like it.
So Bunyard facing Diego Mares now. Here's the first pitch, and it's outside for a ball. Runner on first, 2 out. 0-0, top of the second.
Good job there by Ariella behind the plate.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0. That's swung on and sent towards
That
short.
might
Should be
work.
no trouble. He scoops, throws to first. That is going to do it.
He did it again. Got
Yep.
out of it. Good
Yep.
job.
Got out of it. So, 4 batters? Yes, 4 batters for the Bercovich Honors here in the top of the second, but no harm done. It is 0 runs, 2 hits, 0 errors for the Honors. 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors for your Crabs, but they do bat next. Stay tuned. This is exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. And we're back. Aaron Donaldson and Brendan Dixon with you in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth. And Brendan, so far, as we were saying, Bunyard's been kind of in and out of trouble, but no harm. Crabs offense has to get started, though. I think that's kind of where we're at.
It's go time. You know, but I think sometimes you got to see the guy the first
Sure.
time through. That's what makes some of these summer ball games really tough is the fact that they are all on pitch counts, so you don't really get to see the starter.
Yeah.
And they rotate out a lot of guys, so it's a new look almost every at bat sometimes.
Makes sense. It will be Enyart, Humphreys, and Pickett batting for your Crabs. Out there on the mound is Cruz Van Slyke. Here's the pitch. That swung on, strike one. I continue to forget to give you the Crabs' defensive alignment, but you got it in the lineup. For the Honors, outfield is, I have to get on the right page. Oh, man, these are all messed up. I'm going to come back to that. Let's go back to the 0-1 pitch now. Here it is. That is swung on and popped straight up. First baseman over there ready to collect it. One away.
We're here all night. It's all good.
Yeah, listen, there's plenty of time for me to sort this out. I only did one half of my outfield chart, and half of the names that I have for the Bercovich honors are Crabs. So
this is one of my favorite Crabs right here. Just a great kid. I want him to get it going so bad.
This is Kyron Humphreys. First pitch to him is taken, ball one.
Especially if there is going to be a postseason for us.
Yes.
To see him put one off of City Hall right now would be great.
That would be great.
Because you know he can.
Yeah, he's definitely blasted some that stayed in the park. Here's the 1-0. That is swung on and sent foul. Okay, so defensively for the Honors, it is Anthony Decker in left, Cole Jones in center, and Jack Rugg out in right field. Diego Marte on second base, Braden Spade at shortstop, Anthony Marte at third base, Logan Kellogg at first, Tanner Lee catching, Cruz Van Slyke out there on the mound. I got it.
I wonder if he's of the Van Slikes.
1-1. Are there such Van Slikes?
Yeah, for the Pirates back in the early 90s,
okay.
Andy Van Slyke, and then there was Scott Van Slyke for the Dodgers.
Oh, sure.
And Van Slyke isn't exactly a Jones or a Smith, so there might be some lineage.
Here's the 2-1. That is taken for a strike. 2-2.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask that question if it was Mike Jones.
Yeah, Williams. Billy
Mike
Williams.
Jones. Yeah.
Crabs went 1-2-3 in the first. Humphreys out there with one out. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
That's
yep.
taken strike three.
That was a nice pitch.
It was. So that is the first strikeout of the night for Van Slyke. And that brings Mike Pickett up with 2 away. Nobody on.
It feels like he's a Van Slyke because he's out there in pirate colors, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that yellow definitely makes me think of Pittsburgh. So here's the first pitch to Pickett. That's taken up and in, ball one. Crabs Baseball brought to you by North Coast Co-op, Humboldt's local community-owned grocery co-op since 1973. North Coast Mercantile, your local beverage distributor. Bear River Casino Resort, the best bet on the North Coast. Crestmark Millworks, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces as the 1-0 is fouled towards F Street, 1-1. Also, thank you to Cypress Grove Cheese. That's world-class cheese from right here in Humboldt County. And to North Bay Automotive, your trusted automotive repair shop in Arcata since 2013. Thanks to Granite Construction, building a better future today. And finally to Compass Community Credit Union, guiding you to better banking. Here's the 1-1 to Pickett. He takes that one inside, 2-1.
You got those all in between pitches. That's just a professional job right there, Aaron.
Ripping.
Not your first rodeo.
Yeah, that's that debate prep. Get it. 2-1. That is taken for a strike. 2-2. Speaking of which, Gemma Caruso for Arcata High School is going to Simi Valley, California on Thursday to participate in the Ronald Reagan Series National Presidential Debate.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's the first time Arcata High has had a debate team in several decades. Here's the 2-2.
That's going to nestle.
That's a good spot. Mike Pickett just plops that one right out there between center field and right field. 2-out single. Crabs in business. First hit of the night. Yeah, the Tigers there, Maria Malicio and Giovanna Herrera.
Shout out.
And Gemma Caruso. They went to one tournament. Gemma Caruso won that. Giovanna Herrera took second. So their first tournament, they had first and second place. Pretty good. Go Tigers. Or first and third. That's what it was, first and third.
Are you involved with their debate program at all?
I am. I am their coach, and we have a very good time. I got my hoodie. It is bright pink, and I love it dearly. So good luck to Gemma. We will give you all an update on that at the end of the weekend during the Rogues game. First pitch now. This is to Everett Johnson, and that is taken ball one.
Van Slyke's doing a good job of using that inner half of the plate like we talked about.
For sure.
You got to establish that.
Benjamin is watching.
Uh-oh.
Well, Benjamin, we miss you. And also, there must not be much to do in Mexico. So here is the chopping hit up the center, and the second baseman gloves it, throws to first. And
kept his
that
foot on.
is unfortunately going to do
Hopefully
it.
he's found some popcorn south of the border.
Yeah, for sure. So the Crabs get a couple of runners aboard, but can't do much else beyond that. It remains a 0-0 ball game. Stay tuned, though. More exciting Crabs baseball brought to you all season long by Blue Lake Casino here on ESPN 107.3 FM. We are back to 888 F Street in Arcata. Crabs honors 0-0, top of the third. And when we say hello to all of our friends all over the world, we mean that. Benjamin Schaefer, the professor, for those longtime listeners here on Crabs Baseball, is watching this game from Mexico. He sent us a photo of the hotel television. Ooh, and now he's sending me photos of him with like all these amazing statues. Oh, man, Benjamin is having fun in Mexico, and we miss him.
Safe to say he's found his beach.
Here on the air, yeah, for sure. So Bunyard is going to be out there for another inning of work, and we will roll over to the top of the order for the Bercovich honors. It will be Cole Jones batting first, Tanner Lee on deck, and Jack Rugg in the hole. Brandon, reporting for North Coast Journal all season for these Crabs, what are some of the kind of takeaway storylines? First pitch,
Well,
1-0.
This week was pretty tough because when they go on road trips, they skip a publication. So I usually have to get 7 games into an article. This week I had to get 13 games into about 1,000 words.
That's a word economy right there.
Yeah, I texted the editor and I was like, what's my runway here? And she said, can you do it in 1,000 words? I was like, I'll get back to you in another hour.
1-0 is taken for a ball, 2-0. Here's that pitch, and that's taken strike one. 2-1 now.
It's part of the gig, though. Got it done.
To Cole Jones.
Got it in. Got some interviews in there. If you look at the article online, audio interviews with the players are always available.
Here's the 2-1. That swung on and popped out towards left center. Circling over there are a pair of Crabs, and ultimately, I believe that's Anane Wilson out there. Yep, the left fielder coming down with that. One away.
So, Aaron, I was going to ask you, if you had to choose a walkout song, what would your walkout song be?
This is one of my favorite songs, a game that's in the whole world, and I always tell people my answer would be Yakety Sax, the Benny Hill theme song.
Sure.
Because I am an absolute liability with a baseball bat in my hand. Here's the first pitch to Tanner Lee.
I'm so glad I asked.
Listen, I want expectations to be set appropriately when I step up there. You actually had a walk-up song because you played baseball. You pitched, right? What would you walk out to?
Well, it's funny because they still use it when I go on the radio with K-Hom. Shout out to Toby in the morning.
I heard that. I heard that when I listened to their episode they had online.
Yeah, they use the same one for me now as I used my entire career.
1-1, swung on, strike two.
With the exception of my senior year, I changed it, but I always came out to Sweet Emotion.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's
and
good.
Then my senior year, after a couple of pops, if you will, with the boys, late night, Map of the Problematic by Muse came on.
Okay. Here's the 1-2. That's outside for a ball, 2-2 now.
And we looked at each other in, the best state of mind that we could be in.
In a very persuadable state of mind.
And they said, how sweet would it be if you came out to this? And I was like, done.
2-2, swung on, tipped foul. We'll do that again.
And I'll give them credit. Those same guys came to every game. And when it would drop, it's not really a known song, but it is radio clean because it had to be for Point Loma.
Sure.
So maybe we can get Liam to play it between innings. But when it would drop, they would start jumping up and down. and it created quite the atmosphere.
2-2. That's taken outside for a ball count. Goes full. I could see how that would happen. And I mean, that's kind of part of it. It's like it's something to give you a little bit of juice getting out there, but also you want the crowd to get involved.
Yeah, they would start jumping, and it gave me a little boost, and I definitely needed it.
3-2. Swung on. Strike 3.
You get 100 innings into a season, you'll take whatever is given to you.
3 strikeouts for Bunyard now. That's great. Yeah, I played baseball 1 year for the Wendy's Little League team. And
Shout out to Wendy's.
Yeah.
Underrated.
You know, and we won the tournament that year. We never lost a game by fewer than 7 points, and I never got on. I dropped like 3 balls that came my way. I was just terrible.
Nobody will remember
awful.
that. Nobody will remember that.
Here's the pitch. That one is sent out towards center field. He is heading back and over. Oh, and he dives and just cannot quite get there. That's Daniel Osborne out there. Runner's going to advance to second, standing up. Osborne kind of came shallow across, and then at the last minute kind of dove outward, like maybe he didn't quite read the carry the ball had.
Yeah, he sliced that one, so it was going away from him, and I think he thought it was coming more straight at him off the bat.
Sure.
So his route was a little off, but it was going to be a tough play regardless.
It was a tough play, for sure. Yeah, when I played for the Wendy's team, the good news was we were undefeated, and we always won by a lot, and that meant when I abjectly failed, nobody cared. They're like, good job, Aaron, good try.
There's a lot of ways to contribute, Aaron. I think you're being really hard on yourself right now.
I appreciate that. Listen, I was a body in the batting order, which meant we could play ball, and sometimes that's all you need. So here's the 0-0 pitch.
What do they say? Like
Logan Kellogg.
90% of life is just showing up, right?
Yeah. Just showing up. 1-0.
They penciled you in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bunyard has a runner on second, 2 away. 0-0. Top of the third. Here's the pitch. That's taken. Ball 2.
I thought that was a pretty good spot.
I was waiting for him to call that a strike, and he did not. So what are you gonna do?
It's early, so I'm really being on my best behavior right now. But that happens in the 8th. Me and him are gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a note for the 8th. Here's the 2-0. That's outside ball 3. Is there any kind of storyline that you think is most interesting throughout the season so far, like across the whole thing that we've seen, or any kind of fun moments that?
I think Harrington, being as young as he is,
sure,
and the expectations with him going to Stanford, he's come on strong.
3-0.
I think the creativity that Giacomini has had to use with as many games as we've played, because even in our conference, we've played 10 more games than anybody else.
And a lot of doubleheader games.
A lot of them. And that's a new format, so I think that's a great storyline. He's done well with that.
That's a great answer right there. 3-1, and that's taken, and he will walk.
And then I would say the way that we've used our catchers, rotating them to first base, DH, and they're some of the best hitters on our team, and they've found a way to keep them in the lineup. So on any given night, Ryan Vandenbrink, unfortunately, is injured. And he was one of our hottest hitters.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's disappointing. Yeah, he's a great
depending
player.
on if we go to the playoffs, he might be back for that. But the way they've used him, Areola and Cavana has been great. And Cavana always, depending on how guys trickle in at the beginning of the summer, we've seen him play second base, right field, DH, Cavana's they're going to try to find a way to get his bat in the lineup. And I think all 3 of our four catchers have done a good job.
1-0 for Spade is taken strike 1, 1-1. Yeah, there's been a lot of different folks back there behind catcher, and I feel like you're saying, pretty much all of them can hit, all of them can play all over the place. Definitely big props to this coaching staff. First year on the job, handling a pretty interesting season. That one's fouled off.
Well, and we haven't really had otherwise like a starting first baseman.
Right.
We'll mix Mullen in over there, but there's not a guy that's here as our first baseman.
Right.
It's mostly whoever's swinging it, and our catchers have been swinging it. So Areola finds himself over there. Vandenbrink finds himself over there.
So 2 on, 2 out. Count is 1-2 to Spade. Bunyard comes home. That's taken, and that is a strikeout. Strike 3. That's going to do it. Bunyard, once again, lots of traffic, but goose eggs for the Bercovich honors. It is no runs, 3 hits, no errors for the honors. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for your Crabs, but they are up to bat next. Stay tuned. More exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back. 0-0, Crabs and Bercovich honors here in the Arcata ballpark. In Arcata, it was 70 degrees when we started this baseball game, and if you live here on the North Coast, we will call that hot. That's what we will call that, is hot, because it is. It's cooling.
It's the humidity that'll get you.
It really does,
You
man.
know, because it's like 84 to 92% at like year round.
Yeah, we have this joke in our house every time it's super foggy or humid. We just say it's the marine layer because that's what people always say.
It'll be 7 in the morning, and I'll walk my daughter to the bus stop, and it's cloudy, and then I come back. I'm like, why am I sweating?
Yeah,
what is going on?
You put on a raincoat and you get the tent sweat.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, it's 94% humidity. That's what I say it is. It's not that I'm out of shape.
No,
it's the humidity.
It's the marine layer. Van Slyke out there now, still to pitch for the honors. He will face Osborne, Fagan, and then Harrington. The first pitch to Osborne is taken, strike one.
These are some of the guys the Crabs want to get going. You know, we have the usual suspects, as you would say, but if we can get Osborne and Fagan and Tyler Howard shown flashes the last couple games.
That's taken for a ball in the dirt, 1-1.
Those are going to be the guys we need come playoff time if we do happen to find a way in. We can't rely on the same 3 or 4 guys. And they've been pretty good about, you know, having consistency throughout the lineup, but it would be nice to see some guys catch some fire right now down the stretch.
Yeah, if some of those other batters were to light up again, the Crabs are really hard to beat. Here's the 1-1. That's taken inside 2-1 now.
Well, when you get these non-conference games, that's what you're looking for, is a chance to break through. We haven't yet, but I can feel it in my bones. I think it's going to happen.
Let's hope that's also not just the marine layer. Here's the 2-1. That's chopped foul.
Yeah, that might be the humidity talking.
Once again, it's like my bones react for all sorts of reasons these days. Who knows?
I enjoy the 7th inning stretch
exactly
at 40 more than I ever have in my life.
It is necessary. All right, the Potters and Prune Packers are tied 5-5, bottom of the 5th in Recreation Park. Things are getting interesting. Crabs' future hangs in the balance.
It's weird to cheer for the Potters.
It's just
doesn't feel right, but you got to do it.
Prune Packers, for either one of them, honestly.
Oh yeah, cheering for that's right.
Yeah. Especially
Thank you, Liam.
after they did what they did the last time they were here.
We're cheering for them too.
We took one of them though. Here's the 2-2. That's slapped straight out towards center field, and it drops. Just a tidy little leadoff hit, and that's exactly what the Crabs need. Little bit of offense here to start the 3rd, and that will bring up Fagan.
And it's good to see. You know, our first hit was Mikey Pickett going that same way, and I love seeing them going back up the middle and to right. And that means they're seeing the ball deep. They're having a great at-bat, and they're not trying to turn and burn and yank everything. So line drives up the middle and over the second baseman's head. We'll take that all night.
Fagan, a .269 hitter. 436 on base percent. The first pitch he sees.
Speaking of turning and burning.
He hits hard, but it is foul for an 0-1. Fagan has 78 at-bats, 21 hits in that time. He's walked 17 times, struck out 14. So Osborne on first. Here's the 0-1 to Fagan. He takes ball 1, 1-1.
Especially right now, if he can go up the middle or to right field, we can have a guy going from first to third here.
No problem. 1-1 taken, strike 2. Crabs also just very aggressive on the base paths. A lot of stealing going on, and that can be fortuitous if you hit into a hit and run kind of situation.
Well, to give Van Slyke credit, like we said, he's throwing kind of that backup breaking ball.
1-2 swung on. Strike 3.
Where it's landing on the inside corner. So he's making it as hard as he can for us to go that way and do what we're talking about. But if he does leave something out over the plate, we got to capitalize on it.
So that's Van Slyke's second strikeout of the game. Takes us back to the top of the order for the Crabs. This is Alex Harrington. He flew out to short in the first.
Might be a bunting situation right here. I'm looking at the depth of the third baseman.
For sure. Harrington is fast. Crabs have been doing that a lot, especially with number 39. Here's the pitch. He takes standing. Strike
There's another
one.
one of those breaking balls that we were just talking about. Starts right at Harrington's belt, breaks over the plate. Hard to get extended on that. Hard to put a runner in motion on that.
You want to wait on it, and then it hits the strike zone, and you pay the price. 0-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. 0-1. They throw to first. He's safe. Medford Rogues Friday 7 o'clock game. Band will be here for that. Saturday 6:30. And as always, the Sunday game will be at 12:30. That's the second to last Sunday game in this ballpark this year. That's a big swing on the 0-1.
Well, now the bunt's out of play.
Strike 2. Yep, he'll be swinging now for sure. If you can believe it, we're coming down to the wire. We've got a little over, like 1 week and a bit left of Crabs baseball. The Rogues in town for that. The Honors in town for that. Possibly Lone Wolves and Peleateros for that if we're not in the Pacific Empire League Championship playing the Prune Packers. That's thrown to first. He's back. He's safe.
With the exception of the 4th of July game, I feel like whenever I call a game, it's like the fastest game we've ever played.
I love it. Come often, Brendan. 1 out. Here's the 0-2. That is taken for a ball.
Well, I would like that to not be the case. I'd like to put a crooked number up here right now. And
sure.
I like being in the booth with you guys. I'd like to stay longer.
Listen, you feel that way until you've been sitting up here for 4.5 hours.
I've been here for those two, not in this situation. I've been
We're
down
grateful
on
for all the
sideline.
Crabs games we can get. I'm not going to lie. Here's the 1-2. That's swung on. Strike 3.
Vance Lake's
Tough
doing a
break.
good job of using that breaking ball to establish it as a strike and then also using it as an out pitch. And that's what we saw from Bryson Shelp the other night, was using that split finger as a pitch to get ahead and also finding a way to get it out of the zone as a strikeout pitch. So same break, but different results, and putting the Crabs in a tough spot right now. He's throwing well.
2 out, 1 on. Anane Wilson steps in. He flew out to short in the first. Vance Lake checks first. He's at the belt. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and tapped foul. 0-1.
Anane showed a little pop. I wouldn't be surprised if he got into one right now.
That would be awesome.
I would take it.
Absolutely no breeze. Flags
0 wind.
Just hanging. Here's the 0-1. Taken for a ball.
It's a good take on a good pitch right there.
Staying patient. Wilson batting left-handed. Right on left, runner on first. Pitcher looks that way
A very purple bat.
with a very purple bat. Here's the 1-1.
That'll
That's
work.
chopped right at the pitcher, and he cannot quite grab it. He gets his glove on it, but it skips on through, and that's going to move Osborne to second as Wilson's on with a 2-out single.
And the outfield depth right now, they're daring us to drive something. Because you could see on that single, there wasn't a chance for us to go first to third at all.
Sure.
The center fielder was right there. Usually you see the guys playing closer to the warning track, but they're asking us to do it, so we should just do it. That's, as far as I'm concerned, drive it.
Runners on first and second for Arriola with 2 out. Arriola's a .321 hitter, .464 on base percentage, 27 hits in 84 at bats. He swings at the first pitch he sees and sends that out towards left. He's backing up. He reaches up. He grabs it, and that will do it. So the Crabs make things interesting, but cannot move anyone across. It is still goose eggs for all. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Honors. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for your Crabs. And we will be back with more exciting Crabs baseball brought to you all season long by Blue Lake Casino on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Crabs and Honors here in the Arcata Ballpark.
You got to give them the Prune Packers update, Aaron.
Yeah, the Prune Packers have gone up by a score, I believe, of 5-6 on the Potters.
Let's go.
and they are in the bottom of the 5th over there in Recreation Park.
It's hard not to look at it too much, you know?
I know. Just refresh. For those of you new to the broadcast, if the Potters lose both of the games, all of the games that they play with the Prune Packers, they play against the Prune Packers in Healdsburg and in Lincoln in back-to-back consecutive games tonight and tomorrow. So if the Potters lose both of those and the Crabs win out against the Rogues, then the napkin math says it will be Crabs Prune Packers in the Pacific Empire League Championship. If the Potters win any of those games or the Rogues win any of those games, then the Crabs will be home for the PEL Championship, hosting the Lone Wolves and the Placer County Peloteros.
When I heard the...
Oh, hey, here goes the Coast Guard, just giving us a little flyover. I think that's who that was. Yep, there they go. There's the bright orange chopper. Go Coasties. Here is the first pitch to Decker, and that is taken for a strike.
And they just told me that the tiebreaker will be 2 potato sack races held on a Sunday.
Yeah, like our odds. Here's the 0-1. That swung on, chop foul.
2 of 3, of course.
Bunyard quickly ahead, 0-2.
To avoid any other tiebreakers,
right.
But we're going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
And it'll be fair.
Yeah, they'll consult the bones and all of the things. So Bunyard comes home, 0-2. That's taken for a ball. It's been an interesting set of innings for Bunyard, but he's gotten out of it unscathed. Defense doing its job. Runners running into some trouble for us, making it a little easier in the first. Here's the 1-2. That's high.
Buzzed his tower a little bit there.
Yeah, 2-2. Somebody spilled his coffee on his shirt.
Well, that's how I know I'm getting old, because there's no way I don't flinch there.
Yeah, no. That pitch is swung on straight to the shortstop, and Pickett just reaches out, grabs it, one away.
Pickett picked it.
Pickett picked it.
I had to, sorry.
No, it worked great.
Good.
Worked great. That's exactly why you're here, Brendan.
I do my best.
Yeah, 1 out, nobody on now for Bunyard. And he will face Mateo Bullis. Bullis struck out in the second. 4 strikeouts so far this game for Bunyard. Here's the pitch. That's swung on, fouled straight back. Strike 1. Pirate Night, July 4th, when the Rogues are here. That's fun.
Yar.
And then Alumni Fest and Parents Weekend, July 25th, as we wrap things up. Here's the 0-1. That's sent towards the hot corner, and what a grab by Fagan. He throws across the diamond, and it's, I think, a little... No, he got him! Joe Fagan just doing his job there on third base. Just an absolute dive and away from the mound to grab it. Gets up, throws all the way across the diamond to get the out.
A great job by Everett Johnson, I believe, at first there, if I'm correct.
That is Everett Johnson.
Yeah, so that was great job on both sides. And I'll tell you what, that is a long throw.
It's a long throw, especially when you go to your belly to catch one that's zipping by you there. Joe Fagan just covering that hot corner. 2 out, nobody on.
And that's not me and you running to first.
No. First pitch to Anthony Mares there is taken for a strike. 0-1 now.
Now here come the Twins. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, here's the 0-1. That's sent
Good
dribbled
job.
out towards second. He scoops that, throws to first. No problem at all. 3 up, 3 down for the Crabs. So the Crabs will be up to bat. The score is still 0-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. We are back. The corner of 9th and F Street. Crabs and Honors knotted up 0-0. It is still Van Slyke out there on the mound, and he will face the heart of the order for the Crabs, Enyart, Humphreys, and Pickett. Aaron Donaldson and Brendan Dixon in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth bringing you the action. Brendan, you have a heckle of the week column.
I do.
Do you have a favorite heckle of like all time? Do you have like a Mount Rushmore of heckles, perhaps, that you might share?
I'd have to think
you
about
should
it.
chew on it. I don't want to put you on the spot. You've got all game, but it's worth thinking about. I've been wanting to ask you forever. I forgot to ask you last time. So here's the first pitch to Enyart. He takes 0-1.
One that comes to mind is one of the pitchers on the opposing team missed with the fastball high and away. And one of the Crabs faithful said, "It's okay, we're all high and outside. It's humble."
Correct. It's the 0-1. That is swung on and chopped towards second. He has to dive to get that. He hits the ground hard. Boy, I hope he is okay. He is slow getting up. The throw kind of hit the dirt, and Enyart is on. But honestly, I'm just a little concerned about the second baseman out there. Diego Mate went down hard for that. The ump walks over, takes a look at him, but looks like he's going to be okay. All right, so Enyart. Was that a single, Liam?
Yes, it was.
Yep, he gets a hit. He's on.
When there's always the classic, I mean, that's not as creative, but anytime they go out to talk to the pitcher, the touch his butt.
This one's
just,
and when they don't, the crowd's so sad. Here's the first pitch to Humphreys. He swings big on it, but all the way through, strike one.
When I will say that if you, as the opposition, acknowledge our hecklers at all, you're really getting yourself into it.
They're going to eat you alive. Although when they do pat the butt and the crowd cheers, you can see the players all smiling. Like they all think it's funny. I hope. Good stuff. Humphreys looking at an 0-1 now. Here's the pitch. He swings at that one, 0-2. I don't know if this counts as a heckle. It's not. But for Italian Heritage Night, whenever they throw a ball, there's a fella who always yells, "It's a ball!"
That counts.
And it makes me so happy.
I mean, it doesn't have to be at the other team. You could just there's points for creativity. You know.
That one definitely made me chuckle.
What's weird is when they'll yell at me from the stands, "I was the heckle of the week last week." And I'm like, "How do you know who I am?"
Congratulations. Runner goes. Here's the 0-2, and Humphrey swings at that. And, man, he got a piece of it, but it's sent over to the family section for a foul ball. We'll do 0-2 again. And Enyart's going to have to make his way back. I just did, yeah, we just got that.
I've got it, I'll chew on it for a second. That's the one that jumps out to me at first. But
when did they, for a while, they did the thing where if the other player, especially if it was a pitcher, had a 9, they would give him the 9.
They would, we've heard that a lot, And then the counting the guy's steps back to the dugout.
That one
left,
is
right.
Okay,
left,
so that's
right,
mine.
Left,
that's
right.
my favorite. That's my personal
Sit down.
favorite. Yeah,
that's
right
always
there.
classic.
Yeah, the West Coast Kings had some fans here doing that to our batters, and Benjamin was like, "Where is security?"
You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to engage our hecklers.
Right. So 0-2 to Humphreys. Runner on first. Nobody out. Big swing. Strike 3.
I will say I found the other night the documentary that was just made about the Crabs.
Lose Team is
available on YouTube.
Oh, very exciting.
It is now streaming, and you can watch it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Without a subscription for free on YouTube.
They still have a showing at the Minor Theater if you want that hometown vibe. It is an 11 a.m. showing, which if you ask me is a great time to go to the movie theater. But some people, it's not their vibe. So here is the pitch to Pickett, and he takes strike 1.
If you have 6 hours, you can watch that in the Odyssey back to back.
There you go, back to back. It is a long documentary, but man, there are so many little like cubby holes of knowledge that it gets into. So many generations. Like Benjamin Schaefer's been up here since the 90s, and there is so much of that documentary before he even shows up. They've got the runner picked off now. And they chase him to second, and he runs into the tag. And Adam Enyart is Tostarino, 2 out for the Crabs, nobody on.
You got to think Enyart got a little out in front of himself there, and maybe he was going to be in motion.
Yeah.
And good read by Van Slyke to get over there, but there wasn't much of an effort to even get back to the bag there.
So that's disappointing. 2 out now, nobody on for Mike Pickett.
It's not good.
He's facing an 0-1. Van Slyke looking to face the minimum. That's swung on and hit towards the gap at left center. And the left fielder is going to reach up and try to grab it. That's Anthony Decker out there, but it's off his glove. And my guess is they're going to call that an E7. Oh, nope, they're calling it a double.
Well, we're getting to that golden hour, like we've talked about, where the sun's going to start getting really hard.
You can see it out there. It's like glowing where he was running, and like it was arguably right about in that spot. And of course, right now it's starting to dip behind a cloud.
Yeah, we got some shadows in the infield, and then you could tell he just by the route and the way he was tracking that, he didn't see that very well.
Yeah. So that's going to bring up Everett Johnson. This is the first game that we've seen Johnson back since he was just inexplicably thrown out over there at third in the Prune Packers game. 2 out, runner on second. You were saying he had no idea what he did.
He had no clue what he did.
That swung on and just kind of dribbled towards short. Should be no trouble. He scoops and throws, and the Crabs leave Pickett aboard. So that is a 6-3 out there to end the inning, and it remains 0-2-0. 3 hits for the Honors, 5 hits for the Crabs. We're all locked up, but there is exciting Crabs baseball to follow. Stay tuned to ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark. Crabs and Honors are locked up at 0. Crabs have 5 hits, and they've had some runners as close as second base, but they've left them out there.
It looks like that's going to be all the help we get from the sun for the rest of the night.
Yeah, right. Looks like that's happened. Although you'd be surprised, it'll just show up randomly. You'll have this thing where there's a big cloud bank over there on the coast, and then the sun will dip down just to the horizon, and you'll just get this blast of sunshine across the field right before it sets. So we'll see.
Let's hope it happens when we're hitting.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we need that to once again hit the outfielders for the other team. So Bunyard's out there for another inning of work. He's going to face Diego Mares, and then we'll go back at the top of the order for Cole Jones and Tanner Lee. Here's the first pitch to Mares, and that's taken strike 1.
I'm not sure which twin this is, but it might be the one that just took a face digger out on the last inning.
The second baseman. That's right. Yeah, his face kind of hit the ground tough when he went down. He swings at that one, strike 2.
I heard it from up here. It did not sound good.
Yeah. Well, it's really hard, I would imagine, as a fielder, because your priority with half of your hand possibilities is to catch the baseball, not to brace for impact.
Sure.
And if you're going down hard, that can be tough. That's taken. Ring him up. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout for Bunyard. 2, 3, 4. Make it 5 strikeouts.
Bunyard's really settled in here. Kind of a rocky first couple innings, but got in and out of jams. But the last couple has been really efficient.
Yep, faced the minimum in the 4th. That brings up Cole Jones. He struck out in the 1st and flew out to left field in the 3rd. He's got kind of a turquoise bat. Here's the pitch. That's taken outside, strike 1.
And you know what? Him and Van Slyke are throwing very similar. First pitch curveballs, throwing it for strikes, establishing the zone with a breaking ball.
Here's the 0-1. That swung on and popped way out to center field. Should be no trouble for Osborne. He waits on it. Clutches that one, 2 away.
But it's like they're cheating off each other on a test or something right now. They're like, I see what you're doing. I'm going to do it too.
Shenanigans. We call shenanigans.
Pitching backwards.
Bunyard looking for another tidy inning here as he waits for Tanner Lee to stride in. He cycles the bat once, shoulders, and waits. 2 out, nobody on. Bunyard is set, kicks, comes home. That's swung on, sent again out to center field. He's going to have to come in a bit, but he makes that play. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Bunyard. Crabs defense on a roll, still waiting for the offense to get started. Fingers crossed it's coming up next here on Exciting Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the corner of 9th and F Street in downtown Arcata. The shade has fallen on the ballpark. The lights are on. One of the hillsides has some sunshine on it, but evening is rapidly settling in as the Crabs host the Bercovich Honors. The score is 0-0. The Prune Packers are up 8-5 against the Lincoln Potters in a game that, if you're a Crabs fan, you hope the Potters will lose. So that's good news there.
It's great news.
We've got a new game we're playing on the radio. It's called Is This a Crab? We all know, or we should know, the difference between true crabs, wonders of the sea, and false crabs, dastardly imposters. The rules are simple. You can't use any resource besides your knowledge or your guts. I'm going to give you a crab, and you tell me if it is true or false.
I failed last time.
Hey, it's tough. Today's catch is a fiddler crab. Fiddler crab, true or false? Daniel Osborne steps in. He will be followed by Joe Fagan, and then back to the top of the order for Alex Harrington.
I'm going to say it's true and that they're kind of silly.
Okay. All right.
But that's all I've got.
So Brendan Dixon's on the line. We get one pitch, and then I'm going to give you the answer. So if you have an answer, let us know. Fiddler crab. Here's the first pitch. He shows bunt and then backs that one out, and that is going to be ball one. The fiddler crab is, in fact, a true crab.
Okay, let's go.
It is a true crab. If you guess true crab, congratulations. You know your crabs.
Do we know if they're silly or not, though, is the real question.
I mean, here's the 1-0. That swung on and popped straight up, and the second baseman squares everybody away.
I think the last one you asked was the horseshoe crab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, false crab, dastardly imposter.
So 1 for 2. I've got a couple more chances this season.
Yeah. It's either a wonder of the sea or a dastardly imposter. These are the two.
Yeah, there's not a lot of in between there, huh?
Don't be tricked by false crabs.
It's tough.
Know your crabs.
I know what I'm doing on Google tonight.
Yeah. So 1 out, flashcard time. Here's the pitch to, is this Fagan? Yes, this would be Fagan, and he takes for strike one.
Not to get too much into what I do in my spare time, but, you know, there's a new game to play.
Here's the 1-1. That's taken outside for a ball two.
That was one of those, I think the umpire wanted to call it a strike if the catcher would have caught it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, nope, never mind.
It was quite a ways out there. He really had to reach for it, and now the pitcher's going to have to go and collect this one.
That's never stopped him.
It's true. So Van Slyke's had a pretty good night so far. He has given up 5 hits. Both Bunyard and Van Slyke, I feel like, similarly have had activity on the base paths. The Honors have hurt themselves a bit. The Enyard hurt the Crabs a little bit there. You know, it's been these little little moments that have been the difference. Here's the 1-1. Big swing on that one.
Well, yeah, we were just saying is they're pitching very similarly, and they're kind of mirroring each other right now, and I think that's why it's 0-0 at this point.
Who breaks first?
Them.
1 and 2. That's it straight back to the pitcher and up the guts.
That's going to be tricky with the speed.
Grabs, spins, throws. He got him. Oh, boy. That was close.
That was a very close play.
I mean, that's Diego Martes once again over there on second base. Just getting it done. So that's a 4-3. And that's going to take us to the top of the order. Alex Harrington, 2 out, nobody on. 0-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. Just cruising right along. Looks like the sun's coming back out very briefly, and we are hitting. I don't know if it'll impact the left fielder, but it might. It could. Technically, it could. Here's the pitch. That's taken. Ball 1.
Well, that's the thing with Harrington's speed right now is even with 2 outs, John Bryant, you know, is ready.
Yeah.
So if we can get somebody on, he's gonna try to make some magic happen with it.
So 1-0 now to Harrington. He swings at that pitch, pops it straight up. No trouble for Diego Martes over there again at second base. He grabs that one, and it is 3 up, 3 down once again for the Humboldt Crabs. That is a bummer. All right, so it remains 0-0. Crabs and Honors just having trouble getting folks across. We'll be back for more exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. 0-0 Crabs honors here in the bottom of the fifth. It will be the top of the sixth. That's where we are. Yeah. It's going to be Jack Rugg, Logan Kellogg, and Braden Spade. And they will be facing Nathan Bunyard out there, looking to get another tidy inning. The Crabs, we were looking during the inter-inning here. The Crabs as a team are second place in the Pacific Empire League for steals. The Lincoln Potters have 152 steals, and that's in 42 games played. The Crabs have played 43 games, and we have 139. So Potters also a very fleet team. So Rugg strides in now. He is 1 for 1 with a walk, and he sends this way out to left center. And that is the center fielder for the Crabs out there, Daniel Osborne, making a good run on that and collecting it one away.
Osborne took a really good route on that. That's one of those right off the bat. You got to make sure you have your first step back, and you got to get going on it. And he makes it look more routine than that really is. But
yeah,
especially with how the ball's carrying tonight, he did a good job of getting to a spot there, and just made it look easy.
I was marking my book when he hit it, and it didn't sound like a deep hit. But then I looked up, and I saw both Osborne and Anane Wilson there just like triangling away. And I was like, uh-oh.
It carried a little more.
So Bunyard sends this one home to Kellogg, and they appeal to third, and they say that he went around. So that's strike one on Kellogg. Arcata Ballpark has a 394 corner out there in left field that just kind of disappears on you, and it can be tough for fielders. This one's just kind of chipped lazily towards the second baseman. That's Alex Harrington there to collect that one. 2 away now.
One of a lot of the jams that Bunyard got himself into was just not being efficient and around the zone. I know we've talked about it, but throwing strikes and letting his defense work, and he's been filling it up, and he's been getting out of innings, and his pitch count has really been the benefactor of that, you know.
First pitch to Spade is taken for a ball. If he gets this out, he will have retired the minimum 3 innings in a row.
Yeah, if you looked at his first inning, you're like, he's thrown a lot of pitches, but.
Here's the 0-1. Oh, he hits that fella, so he's
him.
going to walk. Yeah, that's our bad. That's our bad.
I'm trying to give him props.
Somebody get the word to Bunyard that Donaldson and Dixon will take the error on that one. So we sure do. We both still have a lot to learn. With Benjamin gone, there's a lot of inexperience here in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth, and we'll take our lumps as we go. So 2 out, runner on first, and that's going to bring in
I take no credit for that.
Anthony Decker. Here's the first pitch to Decker, and he hits him.
I'll take credit for that one.
Hit batters. That's not us. That one, yeah, I don't know. Woof. Okay.
You want to give credit where it's due. Well, here comes Tomlin to talk to him.
That will, in fact, send out Coach Matt Tomlin there. Every time I almost say Mike Tomlin because I grew up a Browns fan and I hate the Steelers. And that name has been burned into my brain.
It's really close, too. I've had to make sure not to write Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. Yeah, that man just made me grumpy for my youth. So the Crabs are having a little conference out there on the mound trying to sort this out. We'll use this opportunity to remind you the Bercovich Honors are in town tomorrow at 7 o'clock for a second part of this 2-game series. The Crabgrass Band will be here, so that'll be very exciting. Rogues in town on Friday. That game's at 7. Saturday at 6:30. Sunday at 12:30. You can get your tickets at humblecrabs.com.
Still 1 pitch away here.
Running out of chances. 1 pitch away. 2 on, second and first. Bunyard comes home. Bullis takes. Ball 1.
Well, I think, it looks like they have some action in the Crabs bullpen, but with the way he's been pitching, with using that breaking ball on the inside part of the plate, that just shows a little bit of fatigue.
That one is hit hard out towards left, and Wilson is going to float that way, and he will come down with it, and that will get us out of the inning. So it looks like Spencer Jacobs was warming up over there in the bullpen. We will see if he comes out or not, but either way, it's been a tidy game for Bunyard. No runs on 3 hits and no errors for the Honors. No runs on 5 hits and no errors for your Crabs. They will be up to bat next. This is exciting Crabs baseball brought to you all season long by Blue Lake Casino on ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back. Crabs looking to crack the goose egg. It will be Wilson, Areola, and Enyart. Van Slyke still out there for another inning on the mound for the Honors. Brief bout of golden hour sunshine has come and gone. The clouds have pretty much cleared out. There's some little speckles up over our head, but otherwise a couple floating out there towards Neeland. So Van Selk looks in. Sorry, what's his name?
Van Slyke.
Right. Van Slyke, thank you. That's
close.
not it. Here's the first pitch to Wilson. He takes that one, 1-0.
And I'm weird like this, but I watch just different parts of the game and seeing
Awesome.
their catcher throw down to second base. If we can get on, I think we can run on them.
I think so too. Here's the 1-0. That's taken outside, strike one. More photos coming from Benjamin in Mexico. He's got this awesome Cal Poly hat, this green hat with a golden crab on it. As a Cal Poly instructor, very jealous. That thing is rad, and he's wearing that. Here's the 1-1. He chops that one over to first. He scoops, throws to the pitcher who covers. 1 out.
He doesn't have a sombrero yet?
Not yet.
He hasn't been there long enough, I guess.
No. Not enough tequila, maybe.
Well, there's one way to fix
It's
that.
not really Benjamin's bag, so 1 out. That's going to bring in Jason Areola. He's 0 for 1 today. He flew out to left field in the third. Do you have a first sports moment that you remember? Like the most vivid early sports memory from your childhood, Brendan?
Yeah. I mean,
Pitch, that's taken.
for me,
Ball one.
I had a brother that was 2 years older than me, so I would just piece together whatever Little League uniform he had from like the past year, and I would show up to his games, and they said I played the position left out,
1 out. That's
where
swung on.
I would kind of stand where the first base coach would stand,
Uh-huh.
and I would act like I was playing. I was like the 10th player.
But you were left out.
Yeah, I was not on the team. I was not wearing a matching hat or shirt. I wasn't wearing.
That's awesome.
And then I did that enough to where they're just like, they gave me a real uniform and put me on the team.
That's amazing. How old were you?
I was probably 4.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not old enough to play yet.
That's awesome.
But I went to every game.
I had a band in high school, and we had a guitar player who had no idea how to play guitar. We would just run his cord from his guitar into the stands or into the crowd. Here's
What
the
a good
1-1.
gig.
That's taken. Yeah, and he would just like rock out, and everyone's like, "Man, he can really shred." And
Could
we're
he?
like,
Yeah.
"He's
Did he sell
not
it when he
doing-"
was
Oh,
out
yeah.
there? Okay.
Oh yeah. This dude went on to work for. This is not a joke. A group called Clowns Without Borders. He was a professional clown, so he was well equipped to play fake guitar in our band.
He started young.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1. Surprising no one, he became a professional
I thought you were going
clown.
to say he was an insane clown posse, and
2-2.
I was going to say, well, that's
Well,
wild.
When you look at it, clowning in war-torn areas, there's something pretty crazy about that. But he's a great kid. He was a great guy. That's
And
important work.
he could
I'm
play a
not gonna
fake
lie.
guitar with the best of them.
Yes, he can. Here's the 2-2, 1 out. That's taken. Count goes full. Is there like a pro sports memory you have that clocked a generation for you?
No, I wouldn't say pro, but it took me a long time to get my first start in college,
Oh,
and
that
I
would
came
be a
an
big
out
deal.
away from
Yeah.
a no-hitter.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. Here's the payoff. That's taken for a ball, and the Crabs get a
And
one-out walk.
I had sat out a year, and I didn't have a great fall. So I thought, I had just transferred. I'm like, maybe I'll be a lefty-lefty specialist, and I'll get in. And then I threw 13 shutout innings, and they gave me a start at Grossmont College in San Diego. And I didn't even realize till the 7th inning that I was throwing a no-hitter.
Yeah.
But then everyone stopped talking to me.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you
I
started
was
putting it
sitting
together.
alone by myself. And it's
Very
still
strange
questionable
way.
whether it was a hit or an error. But I remember looking at the scoreboard ominously.
Enyart takes that pitch, ball one. So 1 out, 1 on. Adam Enyart at the plate. It's been a while since he's lobbed one towards the freeway. This would be a great time to do that. Crack open this ball game for the Crabs.
Yeah, Yardie Party would be great right here.
Here's the 1-0. I was talking about the time that I played for the Wendy's Little League team and how inconsequential I was, but I do remember seeing my name on the roster when they hung it up and just being real proud. And to be honest, it was like YMCA baseball. Like, everyone gets to play. But I was like, oh, I made it. I'm on a team. And
Yeah, there were little moments like that where they would announce like the All-Star team and they'd hang it on the side of the snack shack.
There you go.
And I lived across the street from the field, so
Nice.
I would ride my bike over there to see if I made it,
1-1 to Enyart. Swings on that one and pops it straight up. The right fielder's coming in. It's a tough ball, but he's got it. And Ariola tags up, so he's back to first, and that's 2 away now. And that brings in Kyron Humphreys.
But yeah, on that no-hitter, I just remember I was like, my pitch count was up enough to where the only reason I was still in the game was because I had a shot at a no-hitter. And I just remember turning around right away and staring at the scoreboard, and it took a second. And then they put a hit up there, and I turned around, and my coach, the late, great John Altabelli, was already on his way out to get me. And I was like, I knew it. But,
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, that brings a mound visit from the manager of the Bercovich Honors. And right on cue, the Crabs faithful here in the Arcata Ballpark have all sorts of helpful tips for them out there on the mound.
They're asking for him to show support right now. They're asking for him to
little physical contact.
Get
perhaps
behind him.
I have complicated.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right. I have complicated feelings about football because of chronic traumatic encephalopathy. But as a kid, I loved it. I loved football, and I always say my first sports memory. I don't remember what game it was, but it was just Joe Montana dropping a dime to Jerry Rice on the sideline.
Oh yeah.
And I just saw that, and I was like, that's magic. That's magic. That's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. Just nuts.
When I remember, as far as watching sports and stuff, I think because the Braves used to be on TBS, and they were like the first team you could watch nationally.
One on, one out.
So seeing Sid Bream slide across the plate against the Pirates.
Here's the pitch to Humphreys. He swings on that one. There's 2 outs.
And, the Braves going to the World Series from there is something from just a spectating perspective I'll never forget.
That one's burned in there.
It did not seem like Sid Bream was going to make it to home plate.
Right. Well, that's pretty exciting. I mean, play at the plate. That's a classic, iconic baseball.
Yeah, speaking of Van Slyke, I think he was the one that made it was him or Barry Bonds.
0-1's taken for a ball, 1-1.
But that was also Barry's swan song, I believe, in Pittsburgh.
2 out, runner on first. That's Jason Ariola over there. Kyron Humphreys at the plate for the Crabs. He takes that one for a ball, and it is 2-1. That looked pretty close to me. Good take.
I was going to say he might want that one back because I thought he was going to spin on that.
Does appear to me that Spencer Jacobs is still warming up, and you were saying it looked like Jacko gave him the go-ahead. So
yeah, he pointed at him and pointed to the mound.
See him. Here's the 2-1. That one swung on, fouled straight back. 2-2.
His pace might have slowed out there, and with 2 outs, I'm surprised he's still down there. Maybe he wants to have the run out to the music.
2-2 with 2 out. When it comes to the hits category for the Pacific Empire League, Crabs are 4th. Potters, Mudcats, Prune Packers, Crabs. That's interesting.
Midcats.
Yeah. Well, they're second in hits. Ooh, boy, that one's inside. Runner goes. Catcher has the ball, throws to second, and he got him. Boy, that's tough. That's tough. The catcher literally had to kind of corral the ball, and you feel like he had all day to throw it on there, and he still got Ariola out. So that's going to do it for the Crabs here in the bottom of the 6th. It is no runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Bercovich Honors. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for your Humboldt Crabs. We'll be back with more exciting Crabs baseball on ESPN 107.3 FM.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Been saying it all night. Crabs and Honors tied up 0-0. We have a new pitcher on the Crabs bullpen, or the Crabs mound out there, and the first pitching change of every game is brought to you by the North Coast Co-op. This is Spencer Jacobs stepping in now to pitch for the Crabs. He has pitched 16 innings. He's got an ERA of 6.19, 11 runs, 16 of those are earned, 16 strikeouts and 16 walks. That's, again, in 16 innings pitched. Just a lot of 16s there. Okay.
Kind of a mixed bag for Jacobs. If he can throw strikes, he's been pretty effective. But even the runs he's given up, it's usually when he's fallen behind. And then there's just some nights, I remember he hit 2 guys in a row in the helmet and knocked their helmets off. And I don't think we were even warming anyone up at that point. But Giacomini, from a safety standpoint, was just like, went and got him.
Yeah, got to do that. Clouds lighting up real pretty here at the twilight of sunset, just finally settling out. It's going to be Mateo Bullis, who's 0 for 3, with Anthony Martes and Diego Martes on deck and in the hole. So here's the first pitch from Jacobs, and that's taken ball 1, low.
But Spencer has good stuff. He's going to throw a fastball and a cutter predominantly.
Actually, I believe this is Anthony Martes. It is. Yeah.
Too many Marteses.
Yeah, right. Here's the pitch. That's swung on. Strike 1. Yeah, I marked Bullis as out in the 6th, but I didn't draw the line all the way down. So now I'm square. Jacobs kicks, delivers the 1-1. That's swung on. Strike 2.
I've been talking to him about throwing his changeup more. He's got a good change. I talk to everybody about throwing a changeup. I just think the changeup's the best pitch you could throw. But
here's the 1-2. That's check swing. Ring him up.
But yeah, anytime you're struggling, it's Old Faithful. So if they come and ask me, I'm like, throw your changeup. You know.
So Spencer Jacobs strikes out the first batter he sees, and that's going to bring in Diego Martes now. What's the resistance to that? Is it a tough pitch to throw?
For some people, it must be. I don't know what the resistance would be, because it's, we talked about it before. Everyone can see a wrinkle out of your hand. So if it's a fastball cutter situation, it's either one or the other. If you throw a changeup, it looks just like your fastball coming out of your hand. So
sure.
Plus, it's easier on the elbow, and then you can save your cutter for when you really need it.
We have a pinch hitter now, Brian. What's his last name, Liam? He's still. What's this pitcher? So whoever this is, swings at the first pitch he sees and sends this way out to left field.
What a play.
He comes in. He's got it. Outstanding catch by Anane Wilson out there at left field. Man, he really had to run for it, and then he laid out. And he comes down with a big out. 2 away. That's going to bring in Cole Jones. So that was Ryan Bays that just flew out, and he was pinch hitting for Diego Martes. That's going to take us to the top of the order. Cole Jones watches this first pitch from Spencer Jacobs, and he takes it for a strike. Would be nice to see a tidy inning here from Jacobs. Here's the 0-1, working quick. That's way outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-1 taken. They appeal. They call it strike 2. I guess he checked his swing there.
Yeah, he sent down to first base for help, and the first base umpire kind of big leagued him there. Just didn't even give him a response.
I don't know what to tell you. Prune Packers lead the Pacific Empire League with home runs. It's 66. Here's the 1-2. Big swing, strike 3. So Spencer Jacobs, 2 strikeouts in 3 batters. The first inning he comes in. Sure love to see that. Great work. Still no runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Bercovich Honors. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for your Crabs. But they are up to bat next on Exciting Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. We are back in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth. Aaron Donaldson and Brandon Dixon here bringing you this baseball game. The scoreboard is goose eggs all the way across, but there's been quite a bit of activity. 3 hits for the Honors, 5 hits for the Crabs. So far, neither pitcher has broken.
We got a new one for the
Oh, is this a new
for the
pitcher
Honors,
out there?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who do we have out there? I definitely should have seen this. What number is this guy here? Try to get you that in a sec. Hey, Liam, who's this pitcher? Sorry.
What's his number?
33, maybe. 3-3. 3-3.
Leland Trevino.
Southpaw Leland Trevino entering the game for the Honors.
So Cruz Van Slyke has pitched his last, and he did a pretty good job holding the Crabs to 5 hits. We were looking during the inter-inning there as everyone was stretching here in the middle of the 7th. When you rank home runs for the Pacific Empire League, the Prune Packers lead with 66. The Potters have 42 in second place, and third place is the Crabs with 29. It's just a big gap.
A little bit of a drop-off there.
Between 66 and 42 and 29, there's some distance.
It's not for lack of effort, but it just is what it is.
Oof. So here is the first pitch, and I believe that this is to Kyron Humphreys. Yes, it is. In fact,
Humphreys left
he had
up
a
there after
2-2,
the
yeah.
stolen base attempt or whatever that was.
That's right.
To end last inning.
So that's technically the third ball he's seen, but since it's a new inning, we're starting over. 1-0. Here's the pitch from Trevino. He swings on that one.
And to be honest with you, after thinking about it and kind of looking back at the play, I know we don't have a review or anything, but I want to say the delay from Areola, I think he thought Kyron got hit by the pitch.
Oh, interesting. When he was
so he kind of started shuffling, but he didn't commit, and then it's.
That makes sense. Something was wonky there.
Because I thought Kyron, at first I thought he got hit too, but
1-1, swung on, strike 2. Well, it was interesting because the catcher had to stand up and look and make sure he had a handle on the ball.
Yeah, he almost had to go behind Kyron to throw him out because the ball was so in. But it was, and that's what I was wondering because Kyron stood in the box there for a minute, and I don't know if he was just in shock that the runner didn't make it to second,
right,
or if he was asking the umpire, "Are you sure that didn't get me?"
Right.
Or there was still a lot of tomfoolery going on.
1-2, swung on strike 3. They're gonna have to throw him out, and they do. So first out, and that's going to bring in Mike Pickett. Bottom of the 7th. Somebody's got to scratch one across. A little pink in the sky now just above the hills. That's kind of pretty.
That's how fast this game's going. We still got colors in the sky.
It's just wild. I was able to get a truck hot dog after the last time we called because that one was a tidy game.
It could be worse.
Man, those were good. Grilled onions, pepper, bacon. Yes. Here's the first pitch, and Pickett swings, and he sends that out to center, and it should be no trouble. That is gloved out there by Cole Jones. 2 away now.
You know, and I think when you get into these later innings, especially with a reliever in there, we got to do something to break up the timing.
Right.
We got to call time on a pitch or take our time getting in the box. Or there's a lot of different ways you can play head games with the relievers.
Yeah.
But they just are moving along really quickly and look too comfortable.
Sure.
We have to do something to break that up.
Sure. Is that the kind of thing that would get to you as a pitcher, or do you?
I would just stand on the mound and look at them. But, yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't a fan of it.
2 out, nobody on. This is Johnson in there now. He takes his first pitch for a strike. I was watching back that first game with the Prune Packers that you and I called that was really exciting. Crabs win. Novak in the 9th, just awesome. And one of the things you pointed out was how Novak just went right back up on the mound. And
yeah,
just,
he was waiting on him.
and just waited for the
Yep.
hitter. And I was like, that's rad. Here's the 1-0,
especially
big swing.
we had the series against the Mudcats, and then, you know, the Kings came into town, and they brought the game to like a snail's pace. And it's not even like they were striking guys out doing it, but the guy would walk a guy and then walk around the mound and rub the ball. And it's if I'm his coach, I'm like, get on the mound, throw the ball.
So Trevino's looking to face the minimum. Strike 3. They're going to have to throw him out, and they do. 3 up, 3 down. Once again for the Crabs, it was too easy. 6 outs remain for the Crabs to try to scratch something across. We'll see if they can do that. This brings us to the top of the 8th on the other side. That's exciting. Crabs baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. We are back to the corner of 9th and F Street in downtown Arcata on this beautiful July 21st evening, 82nd season of Crabs baseball. That's Spencer Jacobs on the mound out there warming up for the Crabs. He faced the minimum after coming on in the 7th in relief of Nathan Bunyard, who threw a pretty good game. No runs, 3 hits, no errors. That's all attributed to Bunyard.
You know, there hasn't been a pitcher tonight that hasn't thrown well.
It's true. It's
They,
true.
they've all had really clean,
Yep.
efficient innings.
Yep.
A little bit of wildness and jams for both starters early, but once they settled in,
Yep.
just as efficient as you could want them to be.
Some base running errors on both sides, some just sellout defensive plays on both sides. It's been a thrill to watch, even though we're looking at goose eggs on the scoreboard. So here's the first pitch to Lee now. Tanner Lee is going to lead off, followed by Rug and Kellogg. That's the 2-3-4 hitter for the Honors. It is 1-0 on
Well, in a
Tanner
game
Lee.
like this, too, you realize that there's zeros in the error column, too.
Yep, here's the pitch. That's a good point, actually. 1-1. We've been talking the last couple weeks about the ills that the Crabs have faced, both with regards to errors and lack of offense. If both of those things happen, it can really kill you. Here's the 1-1. That one kind of floats out of his hand a little high there, maybe 2-1.
Yeah, he said he's been working on a slider that he hasn't thrown in a year or so. I said,
fine.
are you going to take it to the mound? He said, I don't know.
Let's find
So
out. Here's the 1-1. Looked like a fastball to me. He sent that straight up, and that's going to send the third baseman over there. That is Joe Fagan making the catch.
yeah, I just said, good. Thank you for your time, Spencer.
That brings up Jack Rug. He is 1 for 2 with a walk in the first. His hit was a double in the third. He flew out in the 6th. Nobody on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that one's taken inside, ball 1. Man, if there's a better place to spend a Tuesday evening, I don't know where it is. This is great. Midweek baseball.
Go grab some tacos beforehand, some cheap tacos, and then
That's
come
smart.
to the yard.
I was driving all the way down the 101 from Crescent City today, so I wasn't able to do much but look at the road. That's taken for a strike, 1-1 now, but it's a nice drive. It was a beautiful drive. Stop
have
at
other
Freshwater
chances,
Lagoon this time. That was pretty nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a great stop off there. A lot of room to pull off. Here's the 1-1. That one swung on, chopped again towards Fagan. Oh boy, it took a weird bounce, and it gets under his glove. It makes its way out into left field. And they're going to call that a hit.
And Fagan there kind of let that one get on top of him on something that's not hit that hard like that one. You want to come to it and through it. And he kind of waited for it, and then the ball got on top of him real quick.
So Logan Kellogg will step in now, left-handed hitter facing the right-handed Spencer Jacobs, and he's got Jack Rug over there on first. 1 out, top of the 8th, 0-0 Crabs versus the Bercovich Honors. Jacobs comes home. That's taken, ball 1.
And Fagan had that amazing play earlier in the game, going away towards the foul line there, got up, and the throw was incredible.
Just a dart.
But they don't call it the hot corner for nothing.
Here's the 1-0. That swung on, and man, that was almost fair. And if it was, it would have been trouble. But it goes foul, 1-1 now.
Kind of looked like it hit the base, but
Yeah.
we're going to let it go.
Just ripped down the first base line and off towards the visitor dugout there. So 1-1 now, 1 out. Lee makes his way back to the bag. Kellogg steps in, squares himself with the bat, taps home plate, cycles, practice swing, shoulders, waits. Jacobs comes home, runner goes. Oh boy, that one's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Ariola can't quite corral that one, so the runner advances on what I believe is probably a passed ball.
I would say that's a pass ball.
So 1 out, runner on second. First time in a while the Honors have had a runner in scoring position.
This is by far the sloppiest inning we've had.
Yeah, I think you have to go back to the third to see the Honors with a runner in scoring position. And it's going to bring in, I think this is still Logan Kellogg. Yep, facing a 2-1. Here's the pitch. He takes that one, strike 2.
Might have gotten a little gift there, but it was
Yeah.
close enough.
I was going to say the same thing.
Good tilt.
Yeah, needed that strike.
Yep.
Needed to draw even on this count now that that runner's out there on second. So Kellogg steps back in. Practice swing or two, shoulders and weights on Spencer Jacobs. He looks out to second. Looks again. Here's the pitch. Big swing. Strike three.
Let's see if
Gonna
we
have to
can
throw that to
finish the
first.
throw there. Yep.
They do. They got him.
Well, we talked about how throwing strikes will keep your defense in the game. Throwing strikes will also keep the umpires in the game.
Sure.
So if you're around the plate and you're not wild and they don't have to constantly second guess themselves and there's a tighter zone, it benefits both sides. We've seen it tonight. And I got to give them credit. As much as we are hard on the umpires, they've called a pretty great game tonight.
So far.
So far.
Braden Spade steps in now. He takes the first one way outside, ball one. Spade is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the sixth. It also, throwing strikes, also keeps the play-by-play and color commentator in the game. Much easier when strikes are being thrown.
I haven't yawned once.
Hard to call a bunch of ball 4-pitch walks. That pitch is inside for a ball 2-0.
Definitely keeps me cooler. I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't have steam coming out of my ears
Sure.
when we're throwing strikes.
Well, Benjamin turns on the pocket baseball on his phone.
Oh, good.
And,
I'll
yeah.
have to take that as a all right. Good
Yeah,
idea.
That's allowed. That's allowed if it gets to that. Runner on second, 2 out. Here's the 2-0. That's a check swing, and they're
I
going to
think
call
that's a strike either way.
Now they appeal, and they say it's a ball. So 3-0 now.
I got to stop giving people credit, man. Every time I do, then it just rears its
Just makes it
ugly
worse.
head at me.
Yeah. Well, 2 out. The runner moved to second on a pass ball, so they may just put him over there on first. We'll see. Might just come right at him. Who knows? Spade waits. Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike.
That was not far from where the last pitch was. It was a little lower. But the hitter's also the same height as he was
Sure.
the pitch prior, so.
So right on right. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball, and he'll walk.
He's still one pitch away here. Spencer needs to take a second, take a breath. I don't think it's one of those things we got to go out and talk to him or he needs a visit or anything. He just needs to throw a strike. That's all.
So Anthony Decker steps in. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by a pitch. And a fly out to short home. That's swung on. Hit, oh boy, center fielder stumbles, but looks like it should not be trouble. Daniel Osborne is able to collect it. 1 pitch away, 1 pitch, and we are out of the 8th inning. At least the top of the 8th. The Crabs will come up in the bottom of the 8th and try to scrape something across. This is exciting Crabs baseball. Brought to you all season long by Blue Lake Casino on ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back to 888 F Street in Arcata. Crabs and Bercovich honors tied up 0-0. Looks like we have a new pitcher out there. Same dude, same guy, number 33 still, which is Leland Trevino. He came on in relief for Cruz Van Slyke. I believe that was in the 7th when that happened. And he is going to face the bottom of the order for the Crabs. It's Osborne, Fagan, and then back to the top in Alex Harrington.
We got some table setters here. They've had a couple hits here at the bottom of the lineup for us tonight. If they can get on and let the big dogs eat, that would be a really good spot for us right now.
Osborne's 1 for 2. He takes the first pitch he sees way outside, ball 1. If you sort by pitching in the Pacific Empire League, Prune Packers have 425 strikes, Potters have 428 strikes, Crabs had 382. Osborne takes that 1-1 now. And then if you look at the ERA, the Prune Packers team ERA on the season is 2.40, Potters 3.26, Crabs 3.66. So Osborne swings at that, and just a tidy little hit right through the gap between the first and second baseman. Just
That's
a
the
little.
second time he's gone that way to right field tonight. He had the blooper over the right fielder's head, and now one between the first and second baseman in the 4-hole, and that's what you like to see. Seeing the ball deep, working up the middle, working away, and we will take the base runner to open things up.
It's the 6th hit for the Crabs tonight, and so far both teams sitting on goose eggs. Joe Fagan steps in now, trying to help change that. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt and pops it straight back. 0-1.
Well, I think you're going to start seeing them try to just produce a run right now. We haven't really gotten into that manufacturing mode yet.
Sure.
But I think this late in the game,
Here's the pitch.
We're
Showing
not
bunt
hiding it.
again. Fouls again. 0-2.
but you got to execute.
Yeah. Crabs have been bunting well this season.
They really
And you were talking about how hitters can be pretty resistant to that, obviously. They like to swing away, want to swing away. But, man, some of the situational bunting has made a difference at times. It's been really fun to watch.
If you put up zeros through 7 innings, and
0-2 outside for ball. They go to first. Ooh, that was close, but he's safe.
you kind of throw the script out the window at that point.
Sure. So 1-2 is the count on Fagan. Nobody out. Osborne on first for the Crabs. 0-0 ball game, bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and
That'll
fair.
work.
That's a fair baseball down the left field line. And that's going to send Osborne all the way to third base. And that's going to send Fagan to second. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. The Crabs are in business.
Fagan and Osborne have done a good job of, there's not a lot of results to show for it, but done a good job of turning the lineup over tonight. And situationally, it's come with a couple outs before, so it hasn't resulted in anything. But with nobody out, runners on second and third, and the top of the lineup right now, this is the opportunity for the Crabs.
So that's going to get a right-hander working over there in the bullpen for the Bercovich Honors, and this is the most exciting opportunity, as you said, the Crabs have had all night. 2 on, nobody out, top of the order. Alex Harrington steps in. He is 0 for 3 today. This would be a great time to notch his first.
And the Crabs crowd is back alive.
Yeah, he waits on Trevino. Here's the pitch. That's swung on.
That's gonna work.
Way out to right field, over his head. This is going to play both of the runners, and it's going to send Alex Harrington all the way around to second base, standing up. He pumps his fist, addresses the Crabs dugout and crowd. Crabs lead by a score of 2-0. Go Crabs, go.
I've really been impressed with his poise as a youngster. Has not played a collegiate baseball game as of yet. Has really opened things up and come into his own the last couple weeks. Has done everything they've asked of him, whether it's bunting, but that's led to big hits like that, and just a huge spot right there for Harrington.
Love coloring in these diamonds, and you were talking about him as one of the storylines of the year, and he comes through here in the bottom of the 8th to give the Crabs the lead. That's going to bring up Inane Wilson now. That's still Harrington out there on second. Pitcher looks that way, comes home, taken outside, ball 1.
We still got nobody out. A lot of ways with Harrington's speed to get him in as well.
Yeah, would not be surprised to see him on the move from second to third. With nobody out, you don't have a lot to lose. You just took the lead. Looks like number 22 out there warming up in the bullpen for the Bercovich Honors.
When you want to be careful not to make the first out at third here, but
Sure.
so many ways.
The 1-0
If
taken.
Inane could just get the
Strike
ball
one.
on the ground to the right side here, then we're in business.
Yeah,
It's-
what's
you
the
want to
rule?
try to not do too much.
Not the first, not the last at third or home.
Yeah, that's what I always live by.
Something like that. Sounds right. You told me that once. Inane Wilson facing a 1-1 count now. Nobody out. Harrington out there on second. He scraped 2 across.
He could square and bunt here too.
No out double. Well, that would be interesting. Here's the pitch. That's swung on, fouled straight back. 1 and 2 now.
Not anymore with the 2 strikes,
Sure.
but when you got the 3 and 4 hitters coming up with nobody out.
Well, if Benjamin Schaefer's listening, he'll be happy to know that I looked and the infield was not in. I'm starting to look now. I still haven't called it
You got to
yet,
check the depth.
but
baby.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking. And they were not in, so they were not expecting that bunt. Might have been a good time to do it, but as you say, Wilson now has 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Runner goes. That's outside. He's in without a throw. Look at that.
Well, John Bryant must have checked the depth because he just broke the rules that we were just put in place. But he knows what he's doing. He's seen way more baseball games than either one of us will ever see.
I feel vindicated. All right. 2-2 now.
You
Nobody
called that.
on. Hey,
You
listen, I
pretty
said
much
it wouldn't
called
be
it.
too surprising to see him. I didn't think they had much to lose. They just scraped 2 across. Nobody out. Why not? Here's the 2-2. Swung on, and that's foul.
A great catch
Just
by Tommy.
Barehanded catch out there.
Tommy Gill still's got it.
Arcata fans in the stands need to take some notes here. Maybe you should teach a clinic how to catch a baseball when it's a foul ball at the ballpark in Arcata.
He
So-
didn't even rub his hand or anything yet. He's
No.
good.
No, he's whistling. 2-2. That swung on strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring in Jason Arriola. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the 6th and flew out to left field in the 3rd. Crabs have Harrington over there on 3rd with a double and a steal. And that's going to bring out the management for the Bercovich Honors. It is possible we will have a pitching change. He's looking out towards the bullpen. Maybe they're just going to try to buy him a little bit of time.
Yeah, with his pace, I think we got a pitching change.
Looks like the pitcher is, in fact, coming in now. So as the Bercovich Honors make a change on the mound, we will go back to the Humboldt Hills Coastal Media Studio. This is Exciting Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back to the corner of 9th and F Street in downtown Arcata, and the Humboldt Crabs have cracked the goose egg. It is 2-0. Crabs over Honors, and we have a new pitcher out there. That's Jacob Dufresne warming up for the Bercovich Honors. He came on in relief of Leland Trevino, who came on to relieve Cruz Van Slyke. It was Osborne reaching on a single, and Fagan reaching on a double, putting runners at 2nd and 3rd. And then Alex Harrington cranked a double, bringing them both around. He stands over there on 3rd base now after stealing. Wilson struck out, and that's what brought us to a 1-out runner-on situation with a new pitcher.
Dufresne's up against it right now. It's a tough spot to come into.
Yeah.
Heart of the lineup coming up for the Crabs. Speedy runner on 3rd. Lots of ways to score this run. You got to try not to do too much here. The priority's got to be get that guy in from 3rd and then get back to swinging it and start another rally.
So the ump goes out there and says, let's get started. It looks like everyone's going to split up and get to where they need to be. Enyard is on deck. Arriola is at the plate. And in the hole is Chiron Humphreys. So again, Arriola over 1, walk in the 6th, flew out in the 3rd. Here's the first pitch from Dufresne. He's at the belt, comes home. Take it inside, ball 1. Dufresne's at the belt. Kicks and fires. That's taken ball 2 now.
That's what you want to do with the new pitcher is make him establish the strike zone here.
2 balls, no strikes to Arriola. He cycles the bat, shoulders, waits on Dufresne. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Here's the pitch, taken inside for ball.
I would just take until he shows you can do it.
This is what you call a hitter's count, 3-0. If the Pacific Empire League stats page at Presto Sports is to be trusted, the Crabs have an attendance record this year of 20,473. Very exciting. 3-0 pitch is taken. Arriola walks.
And that will bring the jeers from the Humboldt faithful. Probably the worst thing you want to do coming out of the bullpen in front of this crowd is walk a guy on 4 pitches.
Give them something to say?
Yeah.
I could be mistaken. They might start counting balls here. Ball 6.
Yeah.
Ball 6.
Especially after last call. We got to,
That's right. That's right. So Adam Enyart steps in. Today he has a single in the 4th. 1 for 3. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. That's taken. Strike 1.
And he does what we saw out of Van Slyke and out of Bunyard as well. He's finding the strike zone with his breaking ball more than he is his fastball.
Right on right. Pitcher checks third. Comes home. That's high and inside ball. 1-1 now on Enyart. Liam has opinions on the heckles. 1-1.
I've heard better.
Fair enough. That's swung on. Big swing. And
the umpire is going to need a sec here.
He's going to need a beat. So it's going to be the 2nd strike on Enyart.
Nate Keys out to talk to him. Giacomini taking a stroll.
Everybody just making sure everybody's okay.
Here's his buddy coming in from first because we needed a 3rd.
Yeah, got to talk this one out.
We should ask Daniel Osborne if Justin Sauce.
Looks like he's going to be okay. I didn't quite see where it got him. It was a big swing by Enyart and fouled straight back. So good to see.
It got him in the pads, I know that,
Sure.
but up around the shoulder, collarbone area is always a little tricky.
Listen, I would have nothing to do with it.
8
Absolutely
pounds of
nothing
pressure
to do.
can break your collarbone. Fun
Okay.
fact.
Yeah, baseball going 80-something miles an hour might be able to do that.
Probably.
1 out, runners at the corners, 1 and 2 on Enyart.
Take me out.
Here's the pitch. Woo, boy, that's way inside. Ball 2. Enyart just having to do all sorts of fancy footwork to get out of the way of that one. Two and 2 is the count. Harrington on 3rd, Arriola on 1st.
Enyart's due right here.
I was going to say,
He's ready.
he's looking to change the scoreboard. Here's the 2-2. That's swung on. Oh, he hits his own player on 3rd.
Very rare
Ouch.
play, but you will rule the runner out unless he was in foul territory. If they rule that a fair ball,
Oof. Boy, that one just came right off of Alex Harrington's leg, and he's hopping up and down
so yeah,
over there.
we're lucky it was foul.
Looks like they're calling that foul. I guess they could have called him out. They are calling it foul. Looked like just a dangerous hit if it hadn't hit him, but I think
Yeah,
the
if he gets
big
out of the
note-
way there, that's going to the bullpen.
Yeah, big note is everybody's okay. So Enyart facing a 2-2, 1 out, runners on the corners.
He'll feel that in the morning.
Yeah, Dufresne at the belt. Here's the pitch. That's taken. Count goes full.
It's a good and a tough take right there from Enyart.
Yeah, Enyart's a patient hitter. Runner on first should be in motion. No, never mind. 1 out. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners. Crabs leading by a score of 2-0. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Dufresne comes home. That is a big swing. He strikes out. The runner advances.
That's big. We
Uncontested.
eliminate the double play there. So it's pretty much like he bunted the guy to second, is the way I would take it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Here for that. So 2 out now. Kyron Humphreys will step in. He is 0 for. He has struck out 3 times.
He's due.
Also due.
I think this would just be a big lift for him and the team right now. And this is what makes non-conference games important, is to get guys hot for the games that matter.
Runners on second and third. Dufresne with a long look in. Now it looks like he's got what he wants. He sets.
Well, now he's not going to do it, Matt.
Here's the kick and the pitch. That's taken, ball one. So Humphreys at the plate, Pickett on deck, Johnson in the hole. If they all bat, Krabbies will bat around, but there's 2 outs. So that's maybe lofty ambitions. 1-0 now. Pitcher has the call he wants. Here's the pitch. He takes strike 1.
It'll be interesting to see. I know some guys are getting their side work in. Some guys are warming up. It's hard to tell. But it'll be interesting to see how the Crabs handle the top of the 9th. Jacobs is throwing well, but like we said, everybody's kind of thrown well tonight. So,
yeah, it doesn't exactly look like a pitcher warming up out there, but definitely just kind of working out, throwing the ball. So that pitch is in there for ball. Was that a ball? What do you call that?
Should be a ball, yeah.
2-1.
2-1.
I was waiting for the scoreboard to give me some help there, but we're good now. 2-1 on Humphreys. Driving down 101 today, I saw license plates from New York and Ohio and Georgia and Idaho. Here's the 2-1. That's taken, ball 3. 'Tis the season for lots and lots of out-of-town license plates here on the North Coast. It's a beautiful time to come and visit.
Did you have anyone to play the game with, or were you just yelling them out to yourself?
Just me yelling to myself in the car like
bummer.
a very normal person.
They see you pointing at them.
Yeah.
Idaho!
Yeah. So 3-1, 2 out, runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. That's outside.
Good at bat.
Humphreys is on with a walk.
And bases loaded.
At bat. I took a job interview on the Big Island in Hawaii this last year, and I was driving around over there, and obviously just full of tourists. But one thing that I noticed while I was there is there were no campers. Because, like, where would you drive a camper to on a large island in the middle of the ocean?
How would you get it there?
How would you get it? Yeah, right? Yeah. And when I'm out here, it's just camper.
I wonder what RV sales are like. And, is it hard to be an RV dealer?
It must be, because I
literally
did not see one on the road in Hawaii, and I drove all over the Big Island.
Maybe it's more of a rental thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like kayaks.
Sure. That brings in Mikey Pickett. Bases are FOC, full of crustaceans. 2-0 here on the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. That's swung on, and it's got a chance. No, it's foul. That heads over to the fence in the family section. Everybody wanted it. 0-1. Crabs with a chance to break this one wide open.
About time.
Haven't seen Krusty the Krab in like several games now. I'm starting to get a little worried about the world's most
I heard he
famous
pulled his hamstring.
crustacean. Crowds fans stomping their feet. Here's the 0-1. That's swung on and dribbled towards second base. Should be no trouble. He throws to first, and that's going to retire the side 4-3. But not before the Humboldt Crabs put 2 across. Compliments of Alex Harrington bringing Osborne and Fagan around. It's no runs on 4 hits and no errors for the Bercovich Honors. 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors for your Humboldt Crabs. We will be back for the last chance for the Bercovich Honors here on Exciting Crabs Baseball at ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back here on the corner of 9th and F Street in downtown Arcata, and out there on the mound is Arcata's own Jackson Kelly. Last time we saw him on the mound was the 15th, and he pitched a 7-inning no-hitter for these Crabs. Very exciting baseball game.
10 strikeouts, no walks. Almost a perfect game. Had one error. He said the guy that made the error bought him lunch the next day, so they're good. they're back on top.
I like to say lawnmower sounds. Jackson Kelly just got it done. The Honors are 3 outs away from a 2-0 loss. It will be Bullis, Mades, and Mades in the bottom of the order for the Bercovich Honors. The pitching tonight's been pretty good. It started out with Nathan Bunyard. He went 6. Spencer Jacobs came in relief for, what do we got, like about 2 innings there?
Yep.
And now Jackson Kelly's going to try to put this one to bed for the Crabs. Throwing strikes late in games has haunted Crabs a bit. Fingers crossed, Jackson Kelly has that all sorted out. As you were saying, would be nice to get an 8th no-hit inning.
Yep, just keep tacking on.
Yeah.
And when I played, if you threw a shutout, we got pitchers batting practice.
Oh, there you go.
So I
That's
don't know
exciting.
if that's in play for the Crabs, but maybe a chance for the guys to hit a little bit.
Liam, who was the
before
pitcher
tomorrow's game?
Somebody put a baseball on the freeway during batting practice. One of our pitchers, Cody Collins. Is that? Yeah, it was Cody Collins.
There's some real athletes on this staff.
So Bullis waits on Kelly. Top of the 9th. Crabs lead by 2. First pitch taken outside. Ball 1. Honors not Pacific Empire League participants, but still a frequent guest here at the Arcata Ballpark. The 1-0 is taken, strike 1.
Never been to Bercovich.
Yeah,
Sure, it's a beautiful town or school or
it's
region. I don't know.
I did see where they play. It's 1-1, big swing, strike 2. Really hard to find any information about the team. We said that earlier in the broadcast, kind of a bummer. We love being able to tell you a little bit about the folks coming to visit us from out of town.
They've got honor.
They do. Here's the 1-2. That's taken, ball 2. Count goes even. I haven't heard any of the Bercovich Honors say anything especially smart so far.
Yeah, it's tough to hear from up here in the booth, Aaron, but
It's probably just
neither have I. I've been waiting
They're
for something to
keeping
show
it
that
down there on the
they
field.
are honors students.
Yeah. Little treatise on quantum physics, perhaps. Here's the 2-2. That's outside. Count goes full.
Well, they're not called the Bercovich Scholars, so maybe we're
There you
being
go.
too hard on
It's
them.
true. 3-2, big swing, strikes him out.
Good job there by Jackson attacking the zone. And we're 2 outs away, folks.
2 outs away. That's going to bring in Anthony Mades. He struck out in the 7th, flew out in the 4th, and
We have
hit
a pitch hitter here.
in the 2nd. It looks like we do have a pinch hitter. This is number 16, Nate Perkington. Hope I'm saying that right. And he's coming on for Anthony Mades.
Another honor student from Bercovich.
Looks like both Modeses have been subbed out. Here's the first pitch. That's taken for a ball.
So they even sub out together.
Yeah, right.
They don't do anything separately. They share bats. They sub out, and they bat consecutively in the lineup.
Here's the 1-0. That's taken, strike 1.
That'd be some separation anxiety. I don't know.
Got to be together in the lineup. Got to be close together on the infield. If you sub out my brother, you got to sub me out. One bat's right, one bat's left. Oh boy, that's 1-1 over the head of the Bercovich Honors hitter.
That one got away from Kelly a little bit.
Sure.
It's all right, though.
Bound to happen to the best of them. Batter cycles the bat, shoulders and weights. Kelly kicks, comes home. Big swing, pops straight up.
We got a guy there.
Looks like they've got a chance, but no, it's going to fall in the stands and hit the concrete uncaught.
Took a trip to Souvenir City there, but
I can hear Benjamin Schaefer from Mexico commenting on the abilities of the Crabs fans to field the fly balls here in the ballpark.
really just a poor effort.
Well,
too. Nobody
we're
even tried.
notoriously bad for like literally no one even trying. The ball
No,
just lands
they-
completely like alone. It's like everyone scatters. Here's the 2-2. That's taken. Count goes full.
It's something maybe we'll have to bring up in the off season. Write a newsletter, something. Just be better out there, guys.
Yeah.
Bring your gloves to the park.
Bring your
Nobody
gloves.
does that anymore.
You know what we need to do is we need to have like drills where we hit the ball into the stands before
Sure.
the game starts so people
Sure.
can practice. Payoff pitch. That's taken. He will walk.
They have the opening like friends and family like / media night.
Yeah.
I think we should get everybody reps on that night.
Yeah.
And encourage people to bring their gloves to the ballpark like it's the 90s again.
So Crab's in a position for a double play ball to put this one to bed. There's one out, runner on first. And I think this is still Bays, Ryan Bays, who came on in the in the 7th to hit for Mades. Kelly checks first, kicks, comes home. That's check swing. They appeal to first. He went around. Absolutely. Yeah, one strike.
First pitch change up there. That'll work.
That's the right call. Love to see it.
Kelly was doing that a lot the other night, pitching backwards. Makes his 82 to 83 mile an hour fastball look a lot harder than it is. It's just a smart way to pitch.
The glasses glinting off of Pickett's head there look like he's got a headlamp on. That's a 1-1 now. It's just where I'm standing, I think. I was like, is he wearing a headlamp out there?
Nah, but the
Not
sun's
that
been
dark.
down for a while. So
Yeah,
I'm going to have to talk to him about that.
Why is he wearing sunglasses at, 9:25 at night?
Nobody knows.
1-1. That's fouled straight back. 1-2. Aura is Liam's answer. Listen, if
That's what the kids are saying, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's what he needs to get the job done, then by all means. What do they say? Look
At least
good,
he's not
feel-
wearing eye black.
Play good? Yeah, that's true. One out, runner on first. Crabs lead 2-0 here in the top of the ninth. Kelly comes home. That's just chopped foul. And, man, he almost had a chance to make a play there, but
I think the sun got in his eyes.
it is not what happened. So we'll do the 1-2 again. Everybody makes their way back to their positions.
One pitch away here.
That's right. Perkington on first. Bays at home plate, waiting on Jackson Kelly. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 2.
That one just missed.
Just missed. Repeat of this game with the Bercovich Honors tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'd love to have you join us here in the Arcata Ballpark. Second to last midweek series. Here's the 2-2. That swung on and fouled straight back. We'll do 2-2 again.
And Kelly doesn't light up the radar gun, but he definitely has him off balance out there.
Aaron Donaldson, Brendan Dixon, Liam Warner, Tim Warner, and Jack Sparks here in the Blue Lake Casino radio booth. Keeping the Crabs on the air. Here's the 2-2. That's a pretty tidy little hit there. It just goes right over the shortstop. Drops into shallow left field, and the Bercovich Honors have the leading run at home plate.
That breaks up Jackson's combined no-hitter.
It does.
It was a good run.
So still one hit away. One pitch away, rather. But Crabs in a tight spot. Tying run at first. Go-ahead run at home. One out.
One of our faithful reminding the Crabs what the score is.
That's helpful.
Yeah, just letting them know we only have the 2.
You think they know?
I don't know.
So Cole Jones
We've
is
got
gonna,
the best scoreboard guy in the PEL.
It's
up here,
uncontested. He's the best one.
so
Jones
shouldn't be a
is
question.
0 for today. First pitch his way, big swing, strike 1. Jones has struck out twice in the first and the 7th. Flew out to left and center in the 3rd and the 5th. He cycles the bat twice, 3 times, shoulders. Waits on Kelly, who's looking at second base. Now he comes home. That's taken for a ball. One and one. Kelly checks first, checks second, looks home, kicks and deals. That's way outside. Ball 2. Tough pitch there for Kelly. Kind of got away from him. Does look like there's someone warming up in the Crab bullpen over there. Not sure who that is. Buried behind too many nets.
If this guy gets on, I think he's going to get a visit from Tomlin
Might
just
be.
to slow things down.
2-1. That's swung on and sent way out to center field. Daniel Osborne's out there. He's under it. The runner's going to third. Nope, sends him back. That throw's cut off. They would have absolutely ended the ball game if he did that. So that's a big out.
Huge out.
Cole Jones flies out, 2 away. That's going to bring in Tanner Lee, and this is the final out for the Bercovich Honors. Runners on first and second.
Yeah, I think Tommy Lee plays for Motley Crue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty sure. Looking great for his age. My goodness. How does he do it?
I don't know, especially with his lifestyle.
Right. Lee cycles the bat a couple times, waits on Kelly. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 1. Yeah, he's found the Benjamin Button serum or something. I don't know.
He's on something.
Yeah.
But you could say that for the last 50 years.
Maybe it's the combination of things. 1-0 now. 1-0. Crabs fans want it. Here's the pitch. That's taken.
Spot.
Strike 1.
They're not seeing that changeup well. I would just keep going back to that well.
Kelly looks in. Gets the call he wants. Looks out towards second. Looks again. Looks a third time. Now he comes home. That's taken. Ball 3. Maybe ball 2. Yeah, that's ball 2. Looks like a visit here from the mound. Looks like they are going to make a pitching change. So Jeff Giacomini pulls Jackson Kelly.
See that coming.
And we will have a pitching change here in the top of the 9th. It is 2 outs and a 2-1 count, and we will be back for hopefully, the end of this ball game. It is Crabs by a score of 2-0 on exciting Crabs baseball, ESPN 107.3 FM. We're back to the Blue Lake Casino radio booth in downtown Arcata at the Arcata Ballpark. The Humboldt Crabs lead the Bercovich Honors by a score of 2-0 in the top of the 9th. There are 2 out. Runners on first and second, and Adam Enyart has stepped in to try to close this one down for the Humboldt Crabs.
We were talking about it off air, Aaron, and I think they wanted Kelly to get through this inning, but with the meaningful games with the Rogues coming up, I think they're looking to probably start him one of those games. So I think they had a leash on him where it's, if you can go out and get this done in 25 pitches or whatever he threw, then we will. And if not, then, it was just kind of a competitive bullpen for him. But Inyart's 2 strikes away here, and obviously has closed out several games for us this year. So
he inherits a 2-1 count on Tanner Lee. I just keep doing that. I'm just going to keep doing that. Why not? Why not? Tanner Lee, sorry, Tanner and family, is the final out.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. The Potters and Prune Packers have gone final at Recreation Park, with the Prune Packers winning by a score of 8-5. So the Crabs needed that. They needed the Prune Packers to win one more with the Potters and then to sweep the Rogues. No big deal. Can be done. But for now, they got to figure out how to dispatch these Bercovich Honors. So Enyart steps onto the mound. 2-1 count, 2 out, runners on first and second. Crabs by 2 in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Big swing, strike 2, and the Honors, just like that, are down to their final strike.
I wonder if Adam Inyart's ever had a lower pitch count in a game.
This might be it.
That's got to be
Fingers
up there.
crossed it's a twofer. Enyart takes a long look in. Now he's got the call he wants. He delivers way outside. The ball gets away. The runner goes to third, and nothing. He's safe. Oh, man, I thought they got him. So it's a wild pitch, and the runners advance.
Well, that makes things really interesting now.
It sure does. That's Perkington standing over there on third, and Bays at second. Enyart can ignore them completely. If he gets the out at the plate with a strikeout or a flyout, this game is over. Full count, 2 out. Runners on second and third. Enyart looks in. Here's the pitch. That's wrapped towards first. He corrals that, heads to the bag, and that is going to do it. The Humboldt Crabs defeat the Bercovich Honors by a score of 2-0. 8 hits for the Crabs, 5 hits for the Honors. Brendan, it was a pretty defensive game there until the Crabs broke it open in the 8th.
Yeah, really clean on both sides. Some great plays made on both sides. And then we just had the hits when we needed them. And glad that we could buckle down there in the last inning because it could have gotten real interesting real quick.
Yeah, Osborne got on in the 8th, Fagan got on in the 8th, and Harrington put 2 on the board.
Harrington, the big hit, yeah.
And that is the difference tonight. So thank you all for joining us for Crabs Baseball. This is Aaron Donaldson and Brendan Dixon from the Blue Lake Casino radio booth. We will be back tomorrow night for more Crabs Baseball at 7 p.m. Don't miss it. 82nd season of Crabs Baseball is going fast. So take a chance to join us at the ballpark or tune in right here on exciting Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3. Go, Crabs, go.